winning, so yo, they know the outcome. Another victory. They can't get with me. So think of VC Dave because your history. I'm the authentic poet to get lyrical. For you to beat me, it's gonna take a miracle. And step into me. Yo, that's the wrong move. What you want, Hobbs? Dope or dog food? Or let it roll, get bold. I just can't hold back the fold because I'm the man with soul and controlling effects of what the rock the discotheque. What's up, y'all? I'm charged up this morning. You see it. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, ready for another fantastic morning. Why? Because you guys decided to come here and hang out with me on what? Our Bottom Line, the #1 show on YouTube. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's get it going. Let me get that camera straight. That's right, we ready, and it's early in the morning. Early 6 o'clock. So come on in. Let's do what we got to do to get that camera straight. Can you guys hear me? Let me know how that mic is sounding right now. Does my mic sound nice? Check 1. My mic sound nice? Check 2. My mic sound nice? Check 3. Are you ready to rock, y'all? Oh yeah, we ready, y'all. We ready. Let's do what we got to do this morning. It's your boy. Let's go. Come on in. It's time to get it started. Come on, y'all. Let's do what we got to do. Good morning. I see everybody coming in early. I see Floyd's up in here. Mark Dorfman. Liberty and Justice. I see Scooter. Come on, you guys. You know we got to get those prayers in the air. Let's get those prayers in the air. Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me check and see what time it is. Yeah, it's time to get those prayers going. What's up, Luigi? I see Miss Keisha's up in here too. I see Floyd. I see Liberty and Justice. Come on, y'all. It's time for a fantastic show. Trending topics, current events, and the health and wellness section. It's time, y'all. Let's go. That's right. Our time to hang out, us and the family. Let's do what we do. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready to go. Let's get those prayers in the air. What we going to pray for this morning? We're going to pray for happiness. We're going to pray for energy. We're going to pray and celebrate life. Let's pray and celebrate our families. Let's pray for good health. Let's pray for love, because you know that's #1 of all. That's right, you guys. And respect. That'll be beautiful too. Community and understanding. Who we praying for this morning? Liberty and justice. I see the factors in here too, Jack. I see Floyd. Want to pray for Luigi. Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about Miss Swanza as well as the family. How you doing this morning, Miss Swanza? I see Floyd Shirley. 55 Coffee House. Lisa Roy's in the building early this morning. Early one Thursday morning. Who that? Yard to Denham. Okay, Yard to Dean Enterprises. I see you in the building too. Luigi, Floyd Shirley. Who else is in here? 420 John Patrick. Haven't seen you in a couple of days. God bless you too, and I'm glad that you're here. Can't forget about Winter Rising, Angels Among Us, Collective. Can't forget about let's see, Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, also Kendra Walker. Also, we cannot forget about my homeboy, Casey Ramos. What you doing, brother? Hope you're doing good. Also, Sam Champion. Let's get everybody in there this morning. Can't forget about everybody this morning. Y'all know how we do it over here. Can't forget about Teddy. Can't forget about Terry. Also can't forget about Miss Jackson, Miss Johnson. That's right. We got a lot of new people that started in the show, and we really appreciate you guys too as well. 420 John Patrick. Also Mega Dub. Where you at, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno? Praying for you. Also from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Can't forget about Batty Lynn as well. You always hold me down, and I hope you're having a good day as well. I think we're going to do it right there with Floyd Shirley, Luigi, and Miss Keisha, and that's going to be it. Amen. That's right. I just saw Rebecca Lanyan pop in, so that means we're going to have a good day. I'm hoping that you're feeling healthy, sister, and I'm hoping that you're doing good. That's right, you guys. Are y'all ready to go? Because I'm ready to go. Let me take a sip of this energizing water that I've been drinking on for the last 10 days. That would be a nice clove of garlic. You crush it, let it sit for 10 minutes, then you pop it in what I like to do, a mason jar, and I drink one every day. You guys have been telling me to take the pills because it's better. I like the natural way. I like it the other way. So I might try the pills, but you know what? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Whoa. And We wind it up, boo, 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 boo. Wind it up, boo, 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 boo. We wind it up because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here, so let's go. Boo, 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 boo. Come on, let's start the show. They're ready to go. Come on, it's time to start the show. Okay, don't play. Olay. Now it's time to open up that jacket and show off the push-ups. Make an excuse. No, I'm not. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those. It's Thursday the 23rd. That's right, y'all. 2026. Said I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. But we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and chat. And we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. That's right, you guys. I get so excited when I sing that song. I have no idea why. I just get an extra burst of energy. Probably because I know I'm here. I know I'm with you guys, and it's time for me to co-host along with my co-host. I can't wait for us to get into it, you guys. We got trending topics, current events, and much more to get into. So with that being said, you know what I'm going to say. I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point, and let me know where you're chiming in from. Because guess what? I love to see those flags flying in the air. It gives me an idea of where to go and look for content. And we're everywhere today. Yes, you guys, I think that we have a very well-rounded show today. Yeah, I'm gonna catch that fly. I'm gonna catch him. He been in here for a day and a half. I thought y'all said flies only supposed to live for 24 hours. He's been messing around like a family member flying by in the second in his second life right now. I'm gonna catch you. You keep on running around here, but I'm gonna keep on moving on and doing what I gotta do. Like I said, you guys, keep on topic. I know I gotta stay on topic too, right? Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on point. This way we'll have a fantastic show and everybody know what we're talking about. Also, you see any trolls or anything like that? Don't worry about them because we got the people in here today. We got liberty and justice. So glad that you guys are all here today to start the show off. So without any further ado, I'm not gonna waste any more time myself. Let's get into these titles. Let's go, you guys, let's go. Excuse me, what do we have going on here? What's good for the goose? Looks like a goose is running across the top of that screen right there. I guess they're trying to say what's good for the goose is probably good for the gander as well. So let's keep on going, you guys. Why did Trump tell Iran his war plans? At this point, they're feeling to the point where Iran's war surplus, there are drones, there are missiles. The capacity is so low, it's to the point where he feels as if it doesn't even matter if he tells them what he's going to do because they have no real retaliation, no way to really defend themselves. That's why I feel he probably is going ahead and telling them what he's about to do. It seems as if they're very strong adversary as well because they're really going down with a fight. I mean, not without a fight, but with a fight. Let's keep on going, you guys, because we also have why is the FBI now saying that they will no longer investigate ICE, baby, in confrontations. That's right, you guys. No longer will the FBI be investigating ICE confrontations. What do you guys think about that? Thank you so much, Miss Swanza. Boom, 8 months. Woo, I gotta work over here. Eight months, Miss Swanza. You ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be here for a long time. I guess you get it. I guess you get where we're going with this. Let's go. Thank you so much as well, Miss Swanza, for the 8 months of membership. That's beautiful right there. Also, let's finalize right here. What do we have here? How are cartels exploiting rideshare apps for migrant smuggling? That's right, you guys. You see it up there. Uber and Lyft. They're actually using Uber and Lyft as ride shares to smuggle people across the border. That's what cartels are doing. I guess they said, hey, let's try it out. Let's put some people in here, and if they get across, we charge them. Now what's happening on the legal side, that's going to be another thing, because the law just stated if you get caught driving some of these people, even if you say that you don't know that they're not supposed to be in the vehicle or that they don't have legal status, you're going to be charged. That's right, you guys. You'll be charged as an accomplice. So be careful who you're picking up, especially if you're going across that border with Uber or Lyft or any rideshare apps that you may be using. So you know what time it is, right? I'm just going to get right into it. Let's get your water, your tea, and your 55 Coffee House, and let's get into this, you guys. That's right. They're finding all types of ways to smuggle. Do what they got to do. Let's get in here and see what's going on with the Trump as he waged strikes on Iran, hidden nuclear sites, something that I think is very important. Let's get into it, you guys. It's Thursday morning. Let's go.
So President Trump sending a new warning to Iran as Israeli intelligence reportedly reveals the terrorist regime is moving nuclear centrifuges into a highly fortified area called Pickaxe Mountain.
We'll be hitting that area probably pretty soon, and there's not a thing they can do about it. Normally I wouldn't say that. If I thought they could do something about it, I would never say that. But we'll be hitting that area pretty soon, and very heavily.
So he told everyone he's going to do it, and they can't do anything about it. What is he going to hit? So first, let's take a look at the Pickaxe Mountain complex. The ventilation shaft might be a good way in. That's where we went in to the Natanz nuclear complex there. You open up the shaft, and you follow it up with another rocket right on top of that, believe it.
So this means that they were trying to do it again and that they were trying to create nuclear weapons. So I guess that they were right. What do you guys think about this? If it's there, what are they trying to do? Just a question.
Not they can do it with very little problems, but this is roughly, for us, it seems blurry and hard to distinguish. For the satellite experts, and what they are seeing is actually very deliberate and easy to detect. Natanz nuclear site. This is the way it did look. After we hit it, this is how it was obliterated. What will we use? The GBU 57. Now it can only go down 200 feet, but if you go down 200 feet and then follow right away with another one that go another 200 feet, maybe you can make some damage to this Pickaxe complex, which is very much a mystery. So these are some of the things that we have to do and we have to handle if we're going to handle Iran's nuclear program.
Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Now we do know that they do have these means and they were trying to drum them up again. But on the other note, President Trump approves the nuclear agreement that allows Saudi Arabia to enrich uranium. Why are they doing that? Don't know. Let's see if we can find out over here. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up to get more people over here. Also, get more information out. Let's go.
The United States may have reached a deal with Saudi Arabia that could allow the kingdom to enrich uranium. Now, this is coming after U.S. officials told the Associated Press that this deal is expected to be announced today. We don't have very many details, but Saudi Arabia for years has been trying to get the Americans to agree to help them expand their nuclear program.
And they're saying they're trying to do it for enrichment for power, like, power grids and things of that nature. But, of course, if Iran keeps on acting up, they'd like to be able to go ahead and make some of their own missiles in order to fight back. So now we got another situation. What do you guys think about that? I'll be over there in 1 second. See what you guys think about this.
Concerns because the Saudis have said that they wanted to enrich uranium. Now, this is exactly how you would potentially make a nuclear weapon, by enriching uranium up to weapons-grade levels and then building a bomb. Now, Saudi Arabia is insisting that its plans are peaceful for its nuclear program, but we have heard from their assertive Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, that the kingdom would be willing to seek a nuclear weapon should Iran choose to build a bomb.
Okay, my question is to you guys right now. Do you guys approve of this or don't? Real simple this morning. Do you approve of Saudi Arabia going nuclear and getting approval? Let's get a thumbs up if you approve of it. If you do not, let's get a thumbs down. And of course, I'm going to read along with whatever else you guys have to say. So yes, if you approve of Saudi Arabia going nuclear and getting these means, thumbs up. If not, let's get a thumbs down. I'll read everything that you guys have to say. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go. What else do we have coming up here on the next horizon of the board today? We've got this next situation where, here we go. We got a lot of fighting to do. So what does that mean? That means we're going to need a lot more money, 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 money. I see a lot of thumbs down. 55. Scooter. I see Floyd. Well, thumbs up with Floyd. Audrey, thumbs down. We got Lee, thumbs down. MJ, thumbs up. What we got? 420. No. Liberty says thumbs up or down. You don't know. Either or, huh? Chase, Scooter, the Saudis help fund 9/11. Oh, okay. Jonathan says no. Lee, okay. They can keep their own area in check. Okay, I got what you're saying. With cruisers or crusades? A lot of thumbs down here. Can't trust them or anyone anymore. I don't think anyone should have the power. I love that right there because I feel the same way, Amanda. On our bottom line, this is the only thing that I would say. I adapt to a certain Superman movie when it comes down to that feeling. I like the Superman movie where he takes all of them and sends them into the sun, even though that'd probably be a terrible idea. I believe in stuff like that. I wish Superman could just come get them all together, send them up somewhere way past space, and then blow them up way out there so nobody has them, and then everybody got to get back to fisticuffs. You feel what I'm saying? So we agree on that point. A lot of people saying no, though. Brother Mark, Sister Liberty, and Lisa, how you guys doing this morning? What's going on, Joe BX? How you doing, fam? God bless you, man. Glad to see you in here doing good. Let's keep on going now because we got to get on over to Washington. We got this $95 billion package. What did they say, you guys? I forgot who said this to me. It was definitely one of you. I can't remember who it was, but you damn sure did say that war is money and war is hell. You said something about you make a lot of money when it comes down to war and a lot of money gets spent. Well, check out $95 billion that they're trying to get approved in order to keep on going back and forth with Iran right now. That's right, you guys. You see it right there. The House adopts a $95 billion package for the Iran war. Let's keep on moving forward and see what they have to say about this.
This afternoon, the House of Representatives passed a $95 billion budget plan to provide funding for defense and intelligence, farm, and the Save America Act. The budget allows up to $73 billion to cover the military conflict with Iran. This comes as the Pentagon warns it's running out of money to conduct operations in the region. The plan now goes to the Senate for consideration.
So the Pentagon is saying that they're running out of money to keep the operations going. And in that case, what are they doing? You guys heard it, $95 billion. So yeah, they're kicking our butts when it comes down to those gas prices. All of these supermarkets and all of these food providers are already in our pockets ×3 since COVID. What else we got going on over here? And now, boom, we're paying for this. Can't even go, but we're not even going to talk about all the other stuff that we're dealing with all of the fraud and all of the theft. You guys, let's keep on going because that's the only choice that we have. And you try to say that you couldn't make it through rough times. We're going through rough times right now together. Never underestimate yourself, guys. Never know what we got to go through. Just keep on pushing. Now let's see what's going on over in Washington as Kash Patel warns the FBI is on an international manhunt. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got a lot going on here. Let's see.
Now, President Trump's FBI is racking up win after win under Director Kash Patel and his leadership. Earlier today, the Bureau did announce the overseas capture of an alleged $547 million Medicare scammer. Now, the third capture from the most wanted fraudster list, but the Bureau's biggest potential victory as of late was the handling of all the security with the World Cup in the U.S. Over the course of several weeks, hundreds of thousands of foreigners descended on our country for the World Cup, with games happening in every region of the country. Amazingly, through the tireless work of the FBI, the brave men and women, rank and file, this tournament concluded this Sunday without a single security incident, not one. Director of the FBI, Kash Patel, is here now with more. Director Patel, good to see you. I want to put up here the magnitude of this. And, we're talking about 6.8 million fans attended, 78 matches, 48 national teams, 11 cities, and it's all up there for people to see. And then the task force where, you talk about, 26 resource deployments, field personnel, 5,000, and we'll put that up as well. I think your analogy was dead on. It's like having that many Super Bowls being played in a very short window, because it potentially had that much danger, did it not?
Well, Sean, it's great to be with you. And look, This all starts with leadership, and President Trump secured the World Cup for America in his first term, and as soon as he was inaugurated in his second term, he set us to work and established the protocols and security and resources that law enforcement would need. He established the White House Security Task Force for the World Cup with Andrew Giuliani, and our federal, state, and local partners answered the call. This FBI deployed 5,000 specialty operators, agents, technicians, and field analysts across the country for the last 16 months in preparation for this event. And the best analogy I can give folks at home is, think about it. We do one Super Bowl.
We talked about that yesterday. Who's that over there? Who's that? Elche at Elche. Yeah, keep voting for idiots, but that's all they're giving us. We have to vote nowadays for the better of two evils nowadays. We don't get good choices anymore. There you go. Hit that like button. You see what 55 Coffee House is saying. And thank you for the super chat, 55.
Whole year, big security event. Sometimes the president goes, sometimes not. We did 78 Super Bowls in 38 days. And the way we prepared for this, Sean, was we had 250,000 Americans go to the Milan Olympics, 0 security incidences.
Well, what about the one right outside the front door in New York? We're finally getting some information on that lunatic because he was crazy. You guys know who I'm talking about because we broke it here from every direction first. That's right, we're talking about this Thunterdun. I don't know what he's thinking about. He's calling himself an anti-ICE suspect. Well, he's a 43-year-old. His name is Andrew Arabica. That's right, like the bean Arabica. He's about 5 feet tall. If he's got on those real high heels from the 70s disco days, he's about 5 feet if he has those on. Looks a little bit like the guy from Taxi, if you want to ask me. Long story short, he's wearing a Luigi hat on top of that. I don't know what's coming over this guy. But long story short, he's been arrested after setting those fires. He got locked up, and I don't think he's getting out. We got a little bit of history when it comes down to Andrew. Let's get on over here and see what's going on with this guy, Arabica Beanhead, looking like a folio getting locked up. But we got a little bit of history because he got locked up last year on Grand Army Place. Let's keep on moving forward and see what's going on with this incident that preceded the fire situation.
Covering disturbing new details about the man arrested for setting fire to a federal building in Manhattan. We're learning the Army veteran was actually arrested in Brooklyn last year and charged with a hate crime. News 12's Kelly Kennedy tracked down video on that arrest. She joins us now from Grand Army Plaza. Kelly, bring us the disturbing details.
Yeah, Marissa, a source close to the investigation tells me that it all went down right here at Grand Army Plaza. Now, this was last summer, so about a year ago. I'm told there was a protest out here. A car got kind of stuck and caught up in some of the chaos of that protest. That's when Andrew Arabica, that federal suspect, went right up to that car and randomly slashed its tires. Take a look at the video.
It's pretty far from here. We walked to the plaza.
So yes, this is the same guy that just got arrested for the flame, whatever you want to call it, down in front of the federal building. But this is actual footage from his first arrest last year.
By Prospect Park.
New video obtained by News 12 shows Arabica, the same man suspected of the calculated firebomb attack at a federal building in Manhattan, getting arrested in Brooklyn last summer.
His car is stuck over there.
The video picks up after the crime was committed, but you can see a van with 2 flat tires. Then the victim gets out to confront Arabica, who is wearing a green hat and holding up a vulgar sign, which we've blurred. The 43-year-old later arrested about a half a mile away.
So he basically got mad at the guy, saw that he was a Jewish guy, took out his blade, boop, popped that tire, boop, popped the other tire, walked away and tried to put the blade back in his backpack. Come on, y'all.
Video appears to show officers holding a knife they recovered, along with an ID identifying the man as Andrew Arabica. A source tells News 12 Arabica...
It's a me, Mario. That's exactly what I thought, y'all. It's a me, Mario. But it was Luigi with the green hat.
was charged with criminal mischief and a hate crime, but the hate crime charges were eventually dropped. I'm told Arabica was court-ordered to attend anger management classes, do community service, and pay restitution to the victim. He then received a disorderly conduct violation. We reached out to the Brooklyn DA's office, but we're told
he done popped somebody's tires talking about go away. Ain't no go away. You lucky you're not getting a 2-piece and a biscuit right now.
They couldn't comment because the case is sealed. On Monday, Arabica was arrested again. After federal prosecutors say he fired a BB gun towards Federal Plaza, poured a flammable liquid outside the building, set it on fire, and threw fireworks into the flames.
So this is the same guy.
Investigators say Arabaka deliberately chose the entrance because it was busy and he knew people could be hurt. Oh my God! Investigators telling us the attack was motivated by anti-government and anti-ICE beliefs. Authorities recovered a wagon filled with weapons, including a BB gun, a machete, hatchets, and a sign reading "ICE off our streets."
Oh boy, let's go, you guys. Double tap that screen. I'm glad nobody got hurt in this incident. He lucky he didn't get popped with that fake BB gun up out of there, because he had that joint up. They could have came out there like rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. He would have been looking like one of them cartoons. You know, Tom and Jerry, when Tom get hit up and he go to try to walk over somewhere looking like Big Tex, stick his little drum inside the water, and you see all the water hose coming out. Yeah, he lucky he don't look like one of them cartoon figures right now playing around out there like that. But let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. New York Times, the FBI will no longer investigate. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. I hear it. Do you hear it? Because if you do, they might be on their way. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Get them. That's right, you guys. They're no longer investigating ICE confrontations. Is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's go. Let's keep on going.
Joining us, New York Times reporter who covers the DOJ and law enforcement, Devlin Barrett. He's on the byline for the reporting. Chris O'Leary is with us as well. Devlin, it's a pretty specific bit of pushback from this administration. Walk us through what your reporting shows you.
Right. The reporting shows very clearly that Thursday, written instructions were sent out to FBI managers in the field saying that going forward, the FBI would not investigate cases of what the law calls assault on a federal officer. The reporting also shows that that same day, similar written guidance went out to at least some of the ICE personnel. So, you know, this exists in writing, it was circulated. I take the, denial as a sign that this is not something the administration is committed to. But I think it's important to keep in mind that when it comes to ICE policy and the killings that have happened as a result of ICE policies, we just saw a week ago that they, issued an order to stop doing car stops and then rescinded that order within a matter of, I think, 24 or so hours. So it's not unheard of, frankly, for some of these decisions to go back and forth. But I think what is important is, to me, what's most telling about the reporting is that these investigations are a real source of contention inside federal law enforcement.
Okay, let's see what Tom has to say about this. Somebody that we haven't heard from in about a day or two. Let's see what's going on with the operations when it comes down to doom, 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 doom. Get him! ICE, baby. Let's see what Tom has to say about this situation.
I want the American people to see what that ICE officer sees when he takes action.
So he's basically okay when it comes down to the cameras. He's saying, you know what, I want the American people to see what the ICE agent has to deal with. So now let's go ahead and get these cameras in here.
And I think it's going to help ICE with the false media that's out there about it.
But then the administration rolled back what the Biden administration was trying to do to get body cameras in.
That's a question above me. I'm someone. I came back, and then when Democrats shut the government down, I was a part of that negotiation team up on the Hill. They kept going to Minnesota. All the mistakes they say happened in Minnesota. I don't think there's a lot of the mistakes they claim in Minnesota. A lot more. I don't think mistakes. But one thing they asked was, we want body cameras. I said, well, there's money, $120 million in a bill you're holding up for me to buy the body cameras. So the reason there's not body cameras nationwide right now because they shut the government down. And anybody doesn't believe that, look it up. Now that we have the funding, body cameras have been purchased. As of last week, they were training the trainers. Body cameras are being deployed throughout the country, training the trainers so they can go to a Boston field office and train everybody. Here's how to use it. Here's how long we need to keep the tape. And it just wasn't the funding for the cameras either. We had to hire a lot of people to handle FOIAs because I'm sure all you know FOIA cameras every day, right? So we got our people handle FOIAs. We got in a storage capability of holding millions and millions of video.
So yeah, they just got the money. They're getting the operations together. They're getting all of the people in play. They've hired all of the right people. You wanted cameras, you got them. But we still got to get the right people in play to operate those storage capacity to be able to facilitate when people like you want to come in here and get some of the content to see if you get something off of it, right? And we also got to train the people how to use it. And we also got to get those likes up, because if we can get them up to 300 likes today, you guys, we got some merch coming out. That's right, we're trying to get up to 300 likes to get you guys 6 of these Our Bottom Line keychains, as well as 6 of these Our Bottom Line decals. That's right, all you got to do is get up to 300 likes and 12 people will be randomly selected. How are we going to get selected, Boogotti? All you got to do is email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's again, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Send your address. After we reach that 300, I'll randomly select 12 people. Randomly get selected. A lot of times you guys don't even send the addresses. Some people just 4 or 5 people. You know what I do when that happens? When you guys don't chime in, I send it like this. This way you get a keychain and you get some merch. So hey, you guys, make sure that when we do reach that 300 mark, you do send me your email address, because if 7 people or 6 people only send, that means people are going to get double the merch. Let's keep on moving forward, because I got to keep my word. Let's keep going, you guys. We got Mexico. It's exclusive cartels now. I'm talking about, have they been thinking? I'm talking about these guys. They've been using Uber and Lyft to do what? Run people across the border. Let's see how this is going down, you guys. Let's see how this is going down. Tom, thank you for the update. Let us know what's happening, and we're going to be probably seeing a lot of ICE footage when that starts to happen, right? We're going to probably see a lot of ICE arrests on YouTube. I look forward to covering that. Come on, you guys, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up as well. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're about 300 to 400 people away from 74,000 subscribers. That's right, you guys. Let's do it. Let's go.
Border crossings may be down, cartels getting creative. Border Patrol agents now say that smugglers are using rideshare apps to arrange pickups for illegals.
That's right, you guys. And don't get jammed up talking about, I didn't know. They're not listening to that. You should know. Pay attention to the people in your car.
And they're warning that unsuspecting drivers could be held responsible whether you know it or not. Brooke Taylor's on that. You talked to some agents. What'd you find out, Brooke? Good morning.
Hi, Bill. Well, we know that illegal crossings are at historic lows, but Border Patrol has an urgent warning. They're saying that they're seeing an increase in smugglers and cartels using these rideshare services to move illegal migrants deeper into the U.S. So we spoke exclusively with Border Patrol agents in El Paso about this. They say criminal organizations are using legitimate drivers to keep cartel members away from law enforcement.
They don't want to lose a gang member. They don't want to lose a cartel member. They don't want to lose vehicles. They want to be able to use the public. And that's what our message is. Don't be used by the cartel.
Agents warning drivers to be
I mean, I ain't even looking out. You know what I'm saying? Got me up in here jammed up with this dude. Ain't sending no extra dough with him or nothing like that. You feel me?
suspicious of pickup requests in remote areas, third-party bookings, or passengers who look dirty, anxious, or arrive in groups.
People who look dirty, anxious, or who arrive in group. Like you see somebody like this, yeah, ¿qué pasó? Sí, venga, come. You see that? You better get you. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of there, y'all. Don't go for that one right there. See all that dirty, anxious, and dusty? Nah, bro, keep them windows up. Keep them windows up, that AC up, and look and make sure you're getting the right people. Come on, don't get caught up in this.
Now, it comes as illegal crossings remain near record lows. DHS says Border Patrol apprehensions in June were 94% lower than the Biden admin's monthly average. Agents warn drivers who accept these suspicious fares could be detained and even face felony alien smuggling or harboring charges.
You might think that the situation is I'm just doing my job, but you're making money for these criminal organizations these cartels that.
But I ain't even do nothing, officer. Excuse me, sir. Could you put your hands behind your back, please? When you hear this, turn around and put your hands behind your back. You like, don't even ask a question and say, why? It's over. Just go ahead and, oh man. Then you're gonna hear this, right? And then it's gonna be one more, other hand, please. And then you're like, well, what am I being charged with? He already said it, human trafficking and smuggling. Ooh, man, you're gonna need a serious lawyer for that one, right? And now you're just sitting in the back of the car like this. I was just trying to work. All I did was open the app today. Don't get caught up, you guys. Don't get caught up. Oh, my bad. And before that, he might be respectful and say, watch your head. But you're still going to have a little ride from the desert. That's going to be a short ride, believe it or not, too. Seems like time passes real quick when you're in a police car, especially in the back. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. What does Liberty have to say this morning? Smash that like button, drop a comment, and join the discussion, you guys, on current news topics. We're a community of diverse opinions. Tap on in. Let's get that 300 likes because you guys are going to get free merch when you get that free merch. I mean, when you get those 300 likes up, and go ahead and join the family. Be a part of the Discord because it doesn't stop here. Let's keep on going forward and see what else might happen.
Extort families.
And we asked the U.S. Attorney's Office how difficult it is to prosecute drivers who claim they didn't know they were transporting illegal migrants. They say, quote, we aggressively prosecute all alien smuggling cases and will use all available evidence to prosecute anyone who participates in moving illegal aliens into the United States. And we reached out to both Uber and Lyft. Uber told us that safety for their drivers is a top priority. They pointed to in-app features and said drivers can cancel rides at any time.
Crazy.
All right, we'll watch it, Brooktown.
Y'all see that, right? Drivers can cancel rides at any time. If they don't want to get out, that's a whole nother situation right there. That's going to be a whole nother situation. Oh, I can't wait to smack him with this towel, boy. He going to be like this. When I catch that fly, it's over. Yeah, you guys, let's go. And yeah, be careful out there if you do. You got to be careful, you guys. You really do. You never know who's out there to try to, use you as a prop. Even stuff like that. Be uber careful. Anybody ever even think about something like that possibly happening? Woo! I hear Sir Lancelot's in the building. What's up, Sam Champion? How you doing, brother? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let us see what's going on with that land and those crops. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we're going to get on over to Texas. That's right, you guys. I told you about my Papa Do's story that wasn't funny. First time I went down to Texas, I thought I was getting acquainted with everybody. We went to Papa Do's. I love Papa Do's back in the day. So I'm sitting there and I'm chilling. My friends say, hey, man, you know what? If you really want to get acquainted with the people, they'll say, all you got to do is say the stars and stripes are big and bright and wait. And then the people going to get up and they're going to all say deep in the heart of Texas. I promise you, man, just do that one time. It's a good way for you to break in since you came from New York first time. I said, all right, cool, no doubt. So out of nowhere, I just was eating my food. I thought it was cool. I jumped up and said the stars and stripes are big and bright. And people looked at me like I was fucking crazy. I looked at that motherfucker at that table. I said, nigga, you ever do something like this again and have me on the spot, I'm going to kick your ass in the parking lot. So, yeah, don't listen to people all the time. And don't be green when you go to other states. Trust me, I didn't want to say the curses that was funny, but you guys get what I'm saying with this. Don't get caught out there with people trying to set you up. Stars and stripes are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Man, 40 people looked at me like I was cursing. Like, what's wrong with you, Yankee? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, let's ready to get up out of there. Very embarrassing. And yes, it's a true story. It's not a lie. I would have told this story the same way about 100 times. And I wish I could tell you the person's name that told me how to do it, that told me to do it. Let's get on over to Texas because Governor Greg Abbott puts laws into play, not for that, of course, but for birth tourism. Yeah, let's see what's going on with this birth tourism situation going on over here with Greg Abbott. Oh yeah, we got it.
In the wake of the Supreme Court's disastrous ruling upholding birthright citizenship, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has now signed an executive order cracking down on birth tourism in his state, adding in a statement in part, quote, U.S. citizenship is not for sale, and Texas will put a stop to individuals seeking to profit from
I actually like this.
birth tourism. Meanwhile, with just over 3 months now until Election Day, Six-gender Talarico, his radical record is now in the spotlight once again. And of course, believes God is non-binary.
I should have waited to see if anybody was tipsy, right, Floyd? I shouldn't have just sang it, but I ain't know no better. I was green.
Last night he was asked about teachers cross-dressing. Take a look.
Are you for or against cross-dressing teachers in schools? I know that you said that you believe that there are 6 genders and Jesus is non-binary, and so in March I had an ordeal at my kids' elementary school where it's very distracting. And so I wanted to know, will you be supporting those things? Because I don't think in elementary schools that is appropriate.
Yeah, I think if you enjoy cross-dressing, you should probably do that at home, not bring it to work. But I also want to say that there are so many cynical politicians who are using our LGBTQ community to grandstand, to score political points, to demonize and to weaponize.
Now, this is the same guy who said that he loves trans children, but all of a sudden, with the general election coming up very soon, cross-dressing, that would be a bridge too far?
You got to be careful of people like this, and that's exactly why I pulled it. I know Hannity be a little late, but he ain't a dollar shy when it come down to that story right there. And guess what Trump has to say about this situation? He says, Pee Wee Herman look-alike. He called him a Pee. I think this might be the same person if I'm not mistaken, but you know how Trump gets. He always has these moments. A couple of months might go by where it's like kind of cold, kind of calm, but yeah. He comes out of the rope, comes out of the corner swinging most of the time when he comes up with another joke. Let's see what he has to say about this next political election that's going on out here.
But I hope you're going to vote for Mike, and you've got to vote for him because he's running against, I call him Pee Wee Herman. He's Pee Wee Herman lookalike. I also want to thank a man who had to stay back in Washington to vote for Making America Great Again. Maybe the most important man in this room right now is not here. His name is Mike Collins, and he's going to beat Pee Wee Herman. And the reason he's not here is me. He wanted to be here. He wanted to be. They wanted to change. I said, don't change. Mike's not here. And it is my fault because we have a very big vote coming up on the military, farming, and other important things in a little while. It's going to be a little while. And I got to have Mike in Congress because he's like maybe the most, but certainly one of the most highly respected congressmen, Republican or Democrat, in Washington. Mike Collins is an amazingly respected man. He got the look. He's got.
Yeah, I know both of them. I know the Pee Wee Herman song. I know the other one. I know the Check It Out Party People, because the party is yearning for a new dance. I know you've been learning. All could be concerning. A brand new dance called the Pee Wee Herman. Boom, 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 boom. Get busy, y'all. That was the joint right there. Boom, 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 boom. That was my joint right there. Get busy, y'all. Check it out, party people, because the party is yearning for. Did you know that the same guy, what's his name, Paul, I forgot his last name, but he was in a bunch of Cheech and Chong movies too. Nice Dreams to be exact. Let's get on over to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we got a, that's right, you guys, locked up another one. And this foolio right here is gonna be in jail for 38 years. Nope, not 38 days, 38 years. Don't watch your head. Get on back there. Don't even matter what you got going on, buddy. Feeding Our Future. The defendant will serve a combined 38 years in prison for his role in the fraud case, as well as trying to bribe a juror. Come on, you guys. Let's get on over to Minneapolis and see what's going on with this fraud. Let's get him. Let's go. Let's get it.
Fraudster who orchestrated a brazen attempt to bribe a juror will now spend nearly 4 decades in federal prison. Investigative reporter Eric Rasmussen has been following this part of the Feeding Our Future saga for 2 years, and he brings us the latest from the courtroom today.
A judge sentenced Abdiaziz Farah to an additional 10 years for trying to bribe a juror during his fraud trial, and this is a rare case.
Was it worth it? 38 years. Yeah, you had a run with some dough. Y'all was doing y'all thing, probably for like 4 or 5 years, right? But was it worth the 38? That's why I always say it. It's not worth it, you guys. I'd rather be broke, struggling, than do something stupid like this.
where that is extra time added on consecutive to the 28 years that Faraz already been sentenced to for the fraud itself. In a courtroom at the federal courthouse in St. Paul, 37-year-old Abdelaziz Farah looked like he had aged significantly since this mugshot in 2024. Now he'll remain locked up well into his 70s. While on trial for fraud, Farah and 4 others stalked a juror and delivered a Hallmark gift bag with $120,000 in cash to her doorstep.
You guys don't remember this money got caught up and they made that phone call, and this was started everything to happen when it came down to that feeding our future, because he was trying to get the juror paid off. This is what started everything.
And a note demanding a not guilty verdict. But that woman, juror 52, called police instead. In court Wednesday, Chief Judge Eric Toaster called.
Like, you will not be setting me up with this though. It looks attractive, but how about this? Yeah, police, please? Yeah, I need, yeah.
Called the jurors' actions heroic. He called Faraz's crime a coordinated assault on our system of justice, echoing the words of then U.S. Attorney Andy Lugar in 2024.
The fact that they failed does not lessen the magnitude of what they tried to do.
Before learning his sentence, Faraz spoke to the court for nearly 10 minutes, including an emotional plea made directly to the juror.
You remember he was in photos with your other homegirl, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? The one that likes to eat rice and bananas. Yeah, this is the leader of the Feeding Our Future, and that's his homegirl. Making that dough go through, bro. How all of a sudden did she go from $300 and something million to 380,000, and nobody questioned that? That's a whole nother question in itself. Let's keep going.
He tried to bribe. I was wrong. I regret it every day, he said. I respectfully ask you to please consider my apology.
If sorry, is all that you can say. Sorry, you out of there.
Faraz's wife and children were in the courtroom for that sentencing. For the bribery and the fraud, Faraz will now have to serve a combined 38 years in federal prison. In the newsroom, Eric Rasmussen, 5 Eyewitness News.
Oh my God, man, 38 years. He gonna be 72 when he come home. He gonna be like this, how y'all doing? Everybody okay? What's going on? And that's if he busts out them push-ups, really work himself. I don't even know if that's gonna work. 72, that's hard for a brother. Be honest with you, man. I'm serious, no matter where you at, especially living rough like that. I'm sorry, I really meant to give you $500,000. There we go, bars, Juliana, there we go. They better charge Ihan. She can be smart and have slipped up somewhere. Now, they're looking into her. Not gonna work. Bro, you can't apologize for jury intimidation. Oh my God, hello police. This guy, no, that wasn't no 5,000, y'all. How much money did they say that was? I don't think that was no 5,000, not no big Hallmark bag like that. I think that was more like probably 50,000. I think it was more than 5. Let's keep on going, you guys, because Mom dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, dummy. Yeah, we told you yesterday, and we've been investigating all week about this situation where Mom Dami just doesn't want to let go, of this situation with Benjamin Netanyahu. Now the mayor says he can't arrest him, but he says the federal government should. What type of sense does that make? He cool with Trump. Trump run the Fed. Would you go sit your stupid ass somewhere down somewhere? That's when you just catch somebody right here in the back of the dome. Wait till they walk by and you just catch them with the scoop. Sit your ass down somewhere. What's wrong with you, man? Why don't you just leave it alone already? I'm talking about he holding on for dear life on this situation. That's why it's telling me that I think it's personal. I really think it's personal. And that fly that's on that phone right there, boy, you lucky I just can't crack you, but I'll send the phone flying right now, so no. You good. And you know what they do, right? They be like, they mess with you, like kids, flies mess with you when they know that you can't do nothing about it, right? Come on, y'all, let's go. That's why he's trapped in this room with me like Sonny from Bronx Tale, because he know once this show is over, Me and that towel right there gonna have a hunt going on. Yeah, let's go, you guys. Let's see what's going on with Mom Dami. He's so serious about this. I've never seen him this serious before.
Benjamin Netanyahu is not welcome in New York City, nor is any other war criminal at large.
This was a video posted by New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani on social media late on Tuesday, accusing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of war crimes and genocide in Gaza. In the video, he references an arrest warrant issued in November 2024 by the International Criminal Court, accusing Netanyahu of crimes against humanity in connection with the war in Gaza. The world's top crime court's warrant did not mention genocide. The warrant said there was reason to believe Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant have used starvation as a method of warfare by restricting humanitarian aid, and have intentionally targeted civilians in Israel's campaign against Hamas in Gaza. Charges Israeli officials deny. 73,000 people have been killed in Israel's military offensive in Gaza since...
That's why you got to watch out for Mamdani too, because if he gets more power and power to do other things, he's definitely going to try to enact. These are preemptive situations that he couldn't get past. But if he was able to do it and much more, he would definitely do it. You guys got to watch exactly what he's landing at too. You can't listen to certain men's words, especially once they've proven their words not to be true to their actions. At that point, you got to just watch where the actions are and where things actually lie at. That's just like trying to find a robber. You can go around trying to go hunting in the dark, but if you go backwards and trace certain things, you get a better chance of finding where this person came from. You need to try to find some core value and just stick to what they're about. And I think that this is more personal with him.
It's the start of the war, according to Gaza's health ministry.
With their eyes, with their heart, with their conscience, should recognize the devastation he has wrought and understand that he belongs before a court of law.
Netanyahu is set to come to New York City for the United Nations General Assembly in September.
I'm not saying that what he's saying may not be true, but it's just not his place to do it, and he's going so hard at it and constantly using the platform for things like this when we've got a lot of homeless people that we need to really be taking care of in New York. We've got the crime that's going crazy. We've got all sorts of people outside throwing smoke and fire and crazy stuff going on in front of federal buildings. We got a whole bunch of homes and apartments that need to be dealt with when it comes down to these affordable places to live. We got so many things outside of this crap right here, not crap, outside of this, what he's talking about, to deal with that you need to be dealing with locally and deal with the people here, instead of trying to think about the next campaign that you might be going into. Let's keep on what's up with these rats? We got rats like crazy. What else we got? We got trying to turn people against the population in New York City also. I see that as well. You see the certain areas that he excluded outside of the traditional maps as well. Took out Little Italy, took out other places as well. So it's definitely more personal and more it's a lot more on the underlying of this situation. Similar to the other candidate who was shifting right before it came to time to go to the elections. That's what they do. Like 20 minutes ago, we didn't remember what you were promising before. Like things that I was talking about. He needs to worry about that. What happened to the free buses? What happened to that supermarket? What happened to all of that stuff that you said you were going to do, Mom Dami? Let's get on over to Missouri, because we got prosecutors who has been moved from her post as the Attorney General, because the county prosecutor was using the court docket as her own personal dating app. She was hooking up with defense lawyers as well as criminals. How the hell are you going to be the AG and you're going inside of people's files, finding out about them, and going to hook up with them romantically? Missouri, come on over here. What's going on with this?
Prosecutor accused of a sex scandal is removed from her elected post. The story is gaining international attention for who she is accused of having inappropriate relationships with. Mark Zinn spoke to Missouri's Attorney General, who calls the alleged conduct sickening.
That's right, you guys. And if we can get up to 300 likes, you guys are going to be getting merch today. That's right, 6-hour bottom line keychains and 6-hour bottom line decals. That's right, you guys. All we got to do, we're almost at 100. Let's knock out that 100 real quick so that we can start killing that other number. Let's get to 150, then get to 200, 250, then we get to 3, so I can go ahead and send you guys that merch out. We can do it today, you guys. Don't worry about who's here. Let's get your likes up. Hit those 3 dots right there. Hit that like. Also subscribe to the channel. We're working on 74,000 subscribers. We got free merch coming out today, you guys. Let's go.
She has breached the public trust in every way.
Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway says Ray County Prosecutor Camille Johnson was removed from office for abusing the office in one of the most unethical ways possible.
We got complaints from people in Ray County, including in the courthouse. Some of them were very specific about her conduct, and her conduct was deplorable.
The Attorney General says the elected prosecutor engaged in intimate and romantic relationships with at least one criminal defense attorney representing clients she was prosecuting.
Thanks, Robin.
And a relationship with an undocumented immigrant accused of sexual assault.
We allege in our complaint for the quo that she had sexual relations with a defense counsel, a potential defendant, an illegal immigrant to whom she gave her car so that he could abscond. It's unbelievable behavior, including, members of the courthouse walking in on her during one of these incidents.
What? Members of the court walking in on her while she was doing that. Thank you guys for all the love, all the gifts. I see you guys. Thank you so much.
Tweak Hanaway filed a motion to temporarily remove Johnson from her post, and a judge quickly approved the temporary ouster.
And we didn't go right to the quo. We gave her an opportunity to do the right thing.
Yeah, let's do that. We need to vote for Bruce for governor of New York. Let's do that, you guys. Let's get her out of there. Let's get Kathy Jokel Hochul, the H-E-L-L hockey sticks out of here.
And resign, and she wouldn't take that opportunity, which is stunning to me. Frankly, I'm glad it's being publicly exposed. I want people to know that wherever corruption happens in the state, this office is going to go.
Hey, can you guys believe this? Are you guys hearing this craziness right here? Do you hear this, man? Do you hear this? This sounds like a movie, right? Somebody could literally make a movie out of this. This joint is wow.
Go after it.
Johnson has not been able to be reached for comment, and the Ray County Prosecuting Attorney's Office said they had no comment. Now, big question I have, what happens to all these other cases that she was trying over the last few years? Hanaway said her office is looking into that answer. In Maryland Heights, I'm Mark Zen.
Missouri.
She getting slapped like. I'm talking about she loves it. I guess she's like one of them. I guess she's butterfly. You guys know. Flower bomb. Flower bomb. That's what they call them. Flower bomb. They just keep on going. Yeah, they just keep on going. And what's the other one? She's Gotta Have It. I remember that movie. What else do we know like that? I don't know. We got a couple over here. You guys like, what is wrong with Boogotti today? He's having little flares. And no, I'm trying to kill this fly. They keep on flying by me. Like, zzz, let me try to mess up the show. Bzzz, let me try. Nah, bro, I got you with that wet towel as soon as the show is over. We only got a couple more clips. Let's keep on going. Got to go on over to Canada. As Trump said, as they say in Canada, the Trump Association is taking retaliatory measures. Stephen Moore on Trump's tariffs and Canada. I just want to say something about Canada. Canada is being one-sided right now. They've always been difficult as far as I understand when it comes down to business. I'm just going there. When it comes down to the alcohol sizes, you know how we do over here, liters, gallons, or whatever like that. Oh no, they wanted it 1/4 and this and that. You got to make different size bottles and everything when it comes down to them. Also, they have all of these regulations when it comes down to USA products. I happen to know that personally. So guess what? The reason I'm saying this to you guys this morning is why? The reason I'm saying this is because the fact of the matter remains that they have not been easy to work with, and I can kind of somewhat understand why tariffs are being alleged against them. Let's see what's going on with Canada right now. Let's see if they're crying wolf.
Well, Canada once again crying foul after President Trump's new tariffs. Prime Minister Mark Carney calling the 50% duties, quote, a direct violation of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement.
The Trump administration is saying
Who freaking who? Canada has been violating the spirit of free trade for years with discriminatory policies against American companies and products. Here's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent earlier today.
It's something that we've discussed with our Canadian colleagues for a long time, and they haven't done anything about it. They're highly discriminatory on dairy products. U.S. Alcohol and beverages have been removed from Canadian shelves. So, this is really just reciprocity in terms.
So even when we cleared everything and we went back to remove the tariffs, they left it still off the shelves. Remember when they took the alcohol off the shelves in Canada? They still didn't put it back.
Of what they've done to our great U.S. companies.
Here to react is Unleash Prosperity co-founder and America First Policy Institute senior fellow, and a hell of a nice fellow himself. Steve Moore is here to join us. So, Steve, I went through the list of all the countries that had tariffs put against them all over the world, and the only countries that have really followed through in any retaliatory type of way are China and Canada. Why Canada? What is up with Carney, do you think?
Well, Canada has always been a problem with respect to the first NAFTA and now the U.S.-China-Mexico agreement. Trump is right in the sense that...
Man, I know that personally. I ain't even got to hear no more of this. I mean, I'm talking about 7-8 years ago there was problems. So I know it probably didn't get any better. And look, they didn't put the alcohol back on the counter. Want to support the show? Donate to your favorite host? Cash App. That's right, you guys. Boogotti NYC. You're going to pick up the phone. Ow, thank you for the alley-oop. Maybe they might be interested in supporting the show. Liberty, I appreciate that. That's right, you're going to pick up the phone and go to Cash App, right? You see that $ right there? That goes in the front, $. Then it's Boogotti, BOOGOTTINYC. We appreciate all lookouts, all donations, and we ain't turning down jack because they playing games right now. So yes, we need the support of our family members as well as our co-hosts. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. But don't worry about it. We're climbing out of this, and we've been doing this for about 560 something days consecutively. We ain't going nowhere. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go. We got to get on over to Los Cerritos. Into Cerritos. Los Angeles and Cerritos. We got a man who was armed with a knife who was pow-powed inside of a restaurant, you guys. Crazy people going on out here. You never know what you're going to run into. Be protective and always watching out right now. It sucks, and I'm not trying to be a fear monger. I'm just trying to say we got to pay attention to everything that's going on around us, especially on our roads. But now it seems like even the restaurants. Check this out in Cerritos.
News to start us off here at 6 o'clock in Cerritos, where a man armed with a knife was shot and killed. This happened at Lucille's Barbecue inside a busy shopping center right off the 605 freeway. Hello, I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Liz Nagy, Eyewitness News reporter Abigail.
That one song said I was there last week. Blame to Trudeo for all of the hard feelings. Joe, what? Appreciate you. The gold horseshoe brochure means good luck. Thank you so much for all of the love and all of the support, by the way, you guys. All of the shoes, all of the gifts. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. For the Unk Alert, too. I like the DJ turntables, too. Thank you so much.
Abigail Velez is live in Cerritos tonight with what we've learned so far about this deadly restaurant shooting. Abigail, what can you tell us?
Well, Liz, Jory, homicide investigators and LA County Sheriff's deputies have Lucille's blocked off tonight.
I think it should be the way it was back in the day. Back in the day, you got more crime for a knife incident than you did for a pow-pow. Why does it make more sense? You have to make a conscious effort and understanding to actually do this constantly to somebody. You know what you're doing. You're feeling it. You see what you're possibly doing. This is a little different. Pow, pow, pow. So that's why crimes, when it comes down to being actually in connection with touching somebody like that, back in the day it was a little more severe. I don't know about now. What do you guys think about that? Let's go. Let's keep going.
We're told that eyewitnesses, including the employees who saw this deadly shooting, are still stuck inside being questioned by investigators. We spoke to one of those employees who described a graphic scene, saying that what he saw this afternoon was straight out of a horror film, and this afternoon he's still shaken.
Speak not.
I saw a guy running the restaurant with his throat slit. He had a knife. Once he went to the main dining area with all the guests, I guess there was another customer or another guest that was sitting down. He pointed the gun at him someone put the knife down. The guy kept walking towards him like Michael Myers did, and just shot him.
The LA County Sheriff's Department says
He said the guy kept walking towards him like Michael Myers.
deputies came out here to Lucille's at Landmark Square around 2:15 this afternoon for reports of a man that was shot. Investigators say that man died here at the scene. An LA County Sheriff's Department source tells Eyewitness News the person who fired had a concealed carry permit, while the man who was shot was armed with a knife. That same source says an off-duty law enforcement officer was also at the restaurant, but was only a witness and did not fire a weapon. The source also believes the man with the knife had stabbed himself before walking into the restaurant. Again, homicide detectives are here trying to figure out what led up to the shooting, also trying to figure out what happened that led to a man who allegedly stabbed himself to walk into this restaurant. We've spoken to people here in this area that describe it to be typically pretty sleepy. They're in disbelief that something like this would happen. Again, we've been in touch with these employees, and as of now, they say they're not sure when they'll be released. For now, reporting live in Cerritos, Abigail Velez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh boy, somebody said not a loss there, huh? I guess he got rid of himself. I guess he was trying to jab himself or some craziness. I don't know, you guys. But yeah, we got to pray for the people that were witnesses to this, because you got to worry about them being nervous about going out at night, going into restaurants again, just doing regular things that they feel comfortable with their families. I want to pray for children that were possibly there as well. Everybody involved in this situation. Also the one that lost his life. That's right. Could have had a mental issue that we don't know about. Could be even worse. Let's look into it and follow up with this story. Glad that everyone else is safe. Thanks to the officers who were first responders who have made sure that everybody was okay on premise, and hopefully they get to the bottom of this. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to New York, and if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. But not if you got a rent situation, because I'm gonna tell you like this: they got a rent freeze going on right now, and it's erupting in a fisticuffs when it comes down to tenants and landlords. Landlords say it's not fair to freeze the rent, and tenants are saying yes it is, because the rent's already too damn high. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a good idea in a city like New York for the rent to be frozen right now when it comes down to rent stabilized apartments? If you think so, give me a thumbs up. I know you're not from New York, but if you're for rent stabilization and freezing rents in certain places where the rents are astronomical, let me see a thumbs up. But if not, you think about the landlords and the overhead, what it may cost for repairs and things like that. I don't know. Let me know by a thumbs down. But what do you guys think about the possibility of rent freezes? If you think it's a good thing, that's thumbs up. Supreme Entertainment says no. And think about it from the landlord's perspective as well, guys. Miss Keisha says yes, yes. Okay, let us know how you guys feel. That's right, Liberty, let us know. What do we got over here, you guys? We got the rent is crazy here and I live here. So I get what you're saying. Tough call, Brad Pitbull. Thumbs down? No. JEW says thumbs up. What else you got, Tony Wright? Thumbs down. Landlords will lose their homes too. There you go, Audrey. She must be a landlord that understands the business and the way things happen. Jelena, okay. Nothing will be fixed. Floyd says, thumbs up, thumbs up. Rebecca Lanyan Bueno and Mylene. Let's see what they have to say about this.
Well, Democratic Socialists taking aim at New York City landlords and their profits. Martha McCallum pressed the co-chair of the DSA's New York chapter about the attacks. Here it is.
I think there may be something mentally wrong about this person, though. Because it's one thing to say that it's okay to freeze the rents, but his reasoning, I just don't think that they sent the right person. Please pay attention to his words exactly. Let's go.
This. Landlords in New York have been making a 12% return on their investment on average.
How much should they make? What's fair for the landlord to make if you don't like 12?
They're complaining that 12 is not enough. And we don't think that anyone should have a constitutional right to double-digit returns on their investment. That's why we've implemented...
No one should have a right to a double-digit return on their investment.
No one has a right. That's not... No,
what are you talking
no
about?
one's in that. That's not in the Constitution. But what we see is that when we implement a rent freeze, we have landlords who are crying that the government is going to put them out of business.
Well, I heard that and said I want to talk to some landlords. So let's bring in Jose Tour and Natalia Bonanno.
Okay. Okay. You shouldn't make double profits on your, you shouldn't make a profit off. Did you hear this, Thunder? You shouldn't make a profit off of anything that you do is in business if it comes down to him. Imagine it, I wonder what his business is like, what he does. He gets a straight check, don't know what about overhead, don't know about employees, don't know about cost of goods, don't know about insurance, don't know about when you got to pay for somebody's 401k or their medical insurance when you're a boss, right? Don't know about none of that. So no, you can't make no profit.
New York City landlords, and it's so good to have you here. Let me just kick it over to you, Natalia, because when you saw that and heard that, what was your first thought?
I mean, at first, I don't know where they're getting 12% from. I know, a lot of people refer to the NOI figure that came out recently, and
What's NOI?
Net operating income.
Okay.
That doesn't take into account our mortgage and insurance. Our
so he's just getting it wrong on the number. We have a number here that said the average profit for New York City landlords in rent stabilized units is $688 per month, and that's up 6.2% from 23 to 24. That doesn't include your costs, right, Jose?
No, not at all. And he's not speaking for rent stabilized properties, which is the properties that we own, which are severely distressed because our costs are so high and rents typically are way below the average of the market rents.
And when you say they're distressed, Natalia, does that mean you have to do a lot of repairs?
Yes, and rent stabilized apartments that are rent stabilized because they're built before 1974 have a much lower increase and much lower rents, and they typically need the most work.
They need more work because they got a lot of paint and they got to get that lead abatement to go in there. They got to get the lead taken care of before small children move in. They got to put bars on the windows. You got to go ahead and redo the apartment, maybe paint it, fix it up, fix the floors and stuff like that, new locks. What about all of that though? So they're just taking that money out of nowhere. That's the part that people do not understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's not fair to landlords sometimes, the understanding of what's going on. It's just not. You should be able to make a profit on your money, on your investment. You should be able to run your business in a safe and sound way. Because if the price of goods is going up, plywood, paint, things like that, also services, locksmiths, electricians, things like that. Also, you can't forget about the boiler, and you can't forget about how kids tear the building up. I'm talking about the kids tear the building up. I know you guys love your kids, and I know you guys don't like probably things that I'm gonna say, but yeah, it's true. Tear the building up and F it up like crazy. And if you don't have a super in there, you're gonna have another problem. And you gotta have a porter to clean up behind everybody. So you got the two incomes coming in from the super and the porter. People just don't get it. Let's go, you guys, let's go. Let's go. And low income, oh my God, people like to be like, oh, we gotta look out because they got kids. How many kids? 4? Oh my God, that apartment gonna be tore up. By the time we need to turn that apartment over, everything gonna have to be fixed. You have to fix the walls, have to fix the floors, new refrigerator, everything. Let's be honest about it, guys. But nah, y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Crayons and all that crazy stuff on the wall. Have you ever been a landlord? Any landlords here? Come on now, let's talk. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got more to go into. We're going to get on over to Washington. We got the black hole. We got a situation going on right here where trillions of government funds are vanishing right in front of your eyes. Yeah, right in front of our eyes. I wish we had some of this money to help out the people that could use it, the homeless, the veterans. How about that? How about we do some of that?
CMS is pausing more than $1 billion in federal Medicaid payments to California and to Minnesota because of suspected fraud and non-compliance. That includes more than $867 million for California and over $200 million for Minnesota.
So they're putting it all on freeze until they can show where this money is going to and where it's really going to pay out. The bad part about it is some programs that actually need this money that are legit are going to suffer.
If those states want that money, they need to provide documentation that these payments are legitimate. And by law, they must document how they spend federal dollars.
RFK Jr.
And we have reason to believe that taxpayer money is being misused. especially through fraud. The Biden administration abandoned that kind of oversight. Instead of protecting your money, they opened the floodgates to theft. They dismantled basic program integrity and oversight.
That was HHS Secretary RFK Jr. on CMS pausing more than $1 billion in combined federal Medicaid payments to California and Minnesota due to frauds. That Biden and the Democrats opened the floodgates to fraud. They actually weakened oversight. We got a major pushback happening against Democrat communists. The U.S. already spends $7 trillion a year on socialist-style programs like Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security.
$7 trillion a year.
The GAO now says the U.S. government wasted $3 trillion in improper overpayments, blown out the back door since 2003. GAO says it's been a government problem for more than 20 years. The Treasury just blocked nearly $100 million in taxpayer money from going to 4,900 dead people. Thousands of dead people have been getting government paychecks for years. Let's welcome back to the show Florida gubernatorial candidate, Congressman Byron Donald.
Crazy. Imagine that, you guys, dead people. So that means that fake people are really getting this money because they're just still accepting the money. I got some more educational things to get into right now, you guys, because we got some kind of hell is going to break loose a little bit. Starts off pretty light. You guys probably not going to think you see anything here. I want you to pay attention to the conversation as it grows. And I think this is a very important conversation. I like to see Congress talk. I like when lawmakers go back and forth and have debates, because it's very educational for us to see what they're talking about and what's going on. Also, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, because if we can get those likes up to the number 300 today, it's worth it, you guys. Don't worry about anybody else. Hit those 3 dots, hit that like, also subscribe to the channel. We're working on 74,000 subscribers. And what we want to do at the same time is, let's get up to 300, because we're going to be giving out some merch. That's right, one of my favorite movies, 300. If we can get up to 300 likes, you guys are going to be receiving 6 of these Our Bottom Line keychains, as well as 6 of these Our Bottom Line nice and durable decals. Put them on your phone, put it on your planter, put it on something, take a picture, and we want to see it. Also, we love when you put these on your collars for your pets. They're pretty cool. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's right. 12 pieces coming out. The only way to get them is to email me, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Send me your address or where you want to pick them up at. Let's see how this starts off and how it finishes. Check this out.
Chair, I move to strike the last word.
Recognized for 5 minutes.
I rise in opposition to this amendment in the nature of a substitute. This is really exhausting that we continue to revisit this on this committee. The representative from Illinois is hyper-focused on this topic and brings it up a lot. She talked about how when this law was passed, what it meant. But I remind you that when the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was originally passed, it did not include discrimination on the basis of sex. That was added after, and there's been many court decisions and administrative guidance that talked about what that meant. I'd like to ask the gentlelady from Illinois, because she presented this as a clarifying amendment. My question is, what do you propose we do with these students? This legislation, no court decision, is going to stop a young person from being gay or the feelings that they have. Are you proposing that educators, that programs, that federal funding, that legislation just erases these young people and say that we don't have an obligation to keep them safe as well?
So she's trying to say it's not fair for you to not let the people that feel like they want to be trans or broken wristed, that's what we call it, or gay, go into women's bathrooms. Also, she feels and they feel like it's only right to include trans men and men in female sports. That's basically what the argument is.
I'll yield if the gentlelady would like to respond.
First of all, we should be honest with our children and tell them the truth. This is not about gay. This is about trans men going into girls' safe spaces and on their athletic teams, and it has definitely diminished our girls' opportunities, equal opportunities in athletics They are not getting equal opportunities when they're participating against a man.
What about the girls, right? What about the girls' equal opportunity? What about them feeling safe? Why does it always stand out to protect the the other side? But what about the straight people? We never do that. I tried to sue the MTA the other day. I'm like, why is it not possible to sue them? Why do you want to sue them? Because they have this poster up here championing this, and nobody else is doing nothing about it. I don't want to see this broken wristed thing on the train. I don't want to see all of this June month, Pride month and all of that. We don't have no man month, but we got a guy standing there in the construction suit, or a woman's mother's. I mean, we got Mother's Day, but we don't got nothing to talk about our actual preferences. When it all boils down to this, you guys, this is sexual preference. Men don't talk about their sexual preference in settings like this. Women don't talk about their personal sexual preferences in settings like this. Why are we even allowing this and trying to hide it under the falseness of we're trying to secure people? No, because it's not doing that. That's not what it's doing. You're trying to slip something in and you're getting it in front of the kids, and we see what's going on over here, man. And a lot of us are not falling for it. Let's keep on going.
Who we all know can have way more bone mass, muscle mass, and it's 100% not fair. I mean, you know it. You guys are a bunch of liars. You're deceivers. First of all, this
Call me a liar again.
This is not about
Mr. Chair. It's your member.
Words
Call me a liar again. Call me a liar again. Call me a liar again. Call me a liar again.
You say the truth.
Call me a liar again.
Gentleladies will suspend.
And what you gonna do if she call you a liar? What you gonna do? Run over there and do something? I would have been like, yes, well, I do feel like you're lying. I would gaslight her right in that setting. Well, right now you are lying. What? Yeah, I would let her look crazy as she needs to look.
And girls' spaces and on girls'
Representative
athletic teams, they
you
are
will
not
suspend.
safe.
Mr. Chairman, and I move the words be taken down.
Dilly said
I
liar.
move that her words be taken down and that we not move on until they are.
How you gonna take the lady words down because she was spitting facts? How you gonna do that?
That you say the truth.
ladies
This
will
is about trans men in girls'
We
spaces.
will
Answered the question.
recess.
Yeah, but you got irate because she had facts when she came and stepped up with what she had to say. Ain't nothing personal over here, you guys. We call it as we see it. Ain't no religion, no personal, no black, no white. That lady was right. What's going on? What's going on? Cash me outside. Wait a minute. I would have started laughing. Liar, liar, pants on fire. That's right. That's when you gaslight it. That's when you gaslight it, y'all. That's when you do it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's why I wanted you guys to see that, because hell did break loose out of nowhere. Let's get on over to New York, Queens, New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to New York, New York. Let's go, you guys. We got this off-duty cop and multiple suspects wanted for NYPD drunk interview. What's going on with this over here? What? What's up?
Thank you so much, Mike. 5:03 here, and now back to that breaking news. Violence against an off-duty NYPD officer. This happened just hours ago in Bayside, Queens. Fix 11's Alicia Reed joining us live from the scene with the latest on the investigation. Alicia, what have you learned so far? Good morning.
Alicia looking a little Whitney Houston-ish.
Good morning there, Vanessa. It's been about 4 hours since that slashing, and it's still a very active scene out here as police continue to man the area. It all unfolded around 1 o'clock this morning at Bell Boulevard between 39th and 40th Avenues. Now, this section of Bell Boulevard is all storefronts, and it appears to have happened on the sidewalk. The victim, a 30-year-old off-duty police officer, he was slashed on the right hand. The severity of his injuries hasn't been disclosed, but police say he was transported to a nearby hospital and is expected to survive. The motive behind the attack isn't clear, but police are looking for two men. One was last seen wearing a red shirt and blue jeans. The other had on a black shirt and blue jeans.
It looked like it was going to be a brawl, a little bit, not going to lie. At first, it was kind of like one-on-one, and then eventually, the guy just hit the one guy, and then eventually, you know, I guess he had a few friends, so we just kind of came in, and it was like, oh, what's up? And then The other opponent's friends came in and they all just went at each other, and then eventually the police came in, and the police.
They always find one, you guys. Now that's a fire. Now I'm telling you something, it don't matter what race, they always find somebody that don't know what the hell they talking about to explain what's going on the scene.
Eventually settled it.
This is still an ongoing investigation. Anyone with information is urged to call police. Reporting live from the Bayside section of Queens, Alicia Reed, PIX 11 News.
Thank you guys. Perfect combination there. But that one over there, Lord have mercy. Woo! With that orange on and that purple. Hey guys, you know I can't say certain things on the show. You got to get me when it comes down to the spotlight. We can talk about this later. Let me stop, you guys. I hope you guys are happy with the show so far. I'm really hoping that you appreciate the trending topics, current events, and the way that we bring you breaking news. And we cover every single area with what's going on right now, bringing you up to date, getting you locked and loaded for this morning and getting you out there. But yes, another thing, if you guys have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're on our way to 74,000 subscribers, and we don't care what everybody else is doing. We're going to keep on doing what we got to do right here. Let's get on over to Baltimore, Maryland to be exact. Hey, Miss Swanza, come on over here. Sad situation, but I got to report it. That's right, you guys. You see it behind me probably. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. Kaylee Holly. That's right. The Godzilla versus King Kong star did 2 roles, 2 different movies. She's gone at the age of 18 years old due to a car accident. We reported the other day that 3 people got hurt in a car accident. Well, 1 person lost their life. Driver got hurt. Person in the back is fine. But yes, Kaylee, no longer with us, you guys. Let's go. Sad situation here. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Situation is terrible to report. I hate reporting stories like this for people that are just so young.
A young actor who appeared in 2 Godzilla movies died early this morning. According to the Frederick County Sheriff's Office in Maryland, Kaylee Hoddle was a passenger in a Honda Accord that was involved in a single vehicle crash. The car's driver received non-life-threatening injuries, and a second passenger was uninjured, but Hoddle was pronounced dead at the hospital. Hoddle appeared in 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong and 2024's Godzilla vs. Kong: The New Empire, for which she was nominated for a Saturn Award.
I want to go ahead and give that prayer up right now while she's on the screen. I want to pray for her family, for everybody involved in this sad situation. Everybody who watches the movie after this, pray for her because she's no longer here. 18 years old, car accident. Want to pray for her, her family, everybody who's suffering through this, and all of her fans, all of her friends. We love you. Amen. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it.
Her character, Gia, communicated with Kong through sign language.
This child, she's the only one to communicate with.
Hoddle, who was deaf, was a senior at the Texas School for the Deaf. The school posted a message on its Facebook page that said in part, "Please keep Kaylee's loved ones in your thoughts as we mourn this tremendous loss together." Kaylee Hoddle was 18 years old.
So she really did she was real in real life. So she was signing like to Kong, and that was her act. That was her song. That was her thing. Never saw the movie before, but guess what? I'll be watching both of them now, just out of respect and out of love for her, and out of one of my favorite characters, which is King Kong. Just don't like when people do so many remakes. It takes away from what I know about the characters. So sometimes I do stay away. Want to pray for her as well as her family, everyone who may be affected by the situation. Definitely going to check the movie out, especially now knowing she literally was signing to Kong, and that's her real way of communicating. Tragic situation for such a young, beautiful star. Amen. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to New York one more time because yesterday was a crazy flooding. Yeah, we go wherever it happens, and we got to follow it up. Let's get on over to these New York City parkways where people were flooded out of their cars. I'm talking about to the point where the water went over the top of the cars. Like they had to get out of the vehicle because they couldn't even, I don't know how fast this happened, like what happened. I'm sure it probably happened really quickly that they had to get out of there. But like your car in there, you can forget about that vehicle. That vehicle is totally done. You can dry it out, do whatever you want. That's why they say be very careful when you buy cars from certain states like Houston and certain states that flood, because it could be a flooded car. So now you guys see that overpass is at 12 inches and 12 feet 7 inches. On the other side is 10-1, 10-1. So we're looking at probably about 8 feet, I would say 9 feet of water here in this parkway. And yes, they will show up as cheap salvage cars. Yeah, but you couldn't do nothing with 50 inches down there, bro. That'd be too much to even get through there. You see this? How many of you guys are old schoolers from back in the day? How many of you guys actually know I heard it through the grapevine? Remember the Florida Grapes? They got famous. You know, they actually went platinum. That was the same label that NWA was signed to, believe it or not. The Florida Grapes. Remember? Heard it through the grapevine? The commercials and that, the one they used to always do. Let's get on over to Texas. Grapevine, Texas. Dallas to be exact. Suspect arrested for a 1981 illing for a grapevine flight attendant. 1981, you guys. Yeah. They finding a lot of information with these people. Facial recognition, AI, generation. When it comes down to all of this stuff, when it comes down to our fingerprints, blood. It ain't even worth doing these crimes no more, you guys. So check this out. We got an old one, but they got him. Let's go.
More than 4 decades after a grapevine flight attendant was found strangled inside her apartment, police say new DNA testing has finally led to an arrest.
The suspect was part of the victim's close circle and, according to court records, had been questioned within hours of her murder. An affidavit paints a dark tale about a financial motive for the crime.
Looking like Mr. Roper right now. They ain't get you back in the day, but they got you now, Mr. Roper.
Fox 4's Casey Stiegel spoke with the victim's family and joins us live from the newsroom to share what they had to say tonight. Casey?
Steve Heather, good evening. Preserved evidence from 1981 and 2 discarded soda bottles recovered this year are now at the center of...
That's right. They probably waited for him to drink that soda pop and got that DNA off the lip part.
...of this case. And tonight, Beverly Bruno's sister is speaking about the arrest.
It was bittersweet. I was overjoyed, as was my family when I let them know. I've been waiting for it for 45 years.
For Carol Bruno Molson, the arrest came after a lifetime of waiting. Her sister Beverly Bruno was 35, a Braniff Airlines flight attendant, known to coworkers as Casey.
She was such a loving, fun person. I wanted to know that she had a lot of hopes and dreams for her life.
Dreams that were snatched away on February 13th, 1981, when her loving sister was found by her boyfriend dead on the floor of her Grapevine apartment. A 12-foot electrical cord wrapped around her neck. The medical examiner ruled the death homicide by strangulation.
I don't feel like it ever heals. It's like a scab.
Investigators soon located Beverly's best friend and former roommate, Thelma Brown. She and her husband, Larry Brown, a former Braniff pilot, was questioned the same day. Police records show detectives notated that Larry had a fresh wound to his right thumb. What's more, Beverly and Thelma had co-owned a Dallas home. Under their agreement, Thelma remained responsible for her share of the mortgage after moving out. Months before the killing, 2 fires badly damaged the house on the same night, and investigators considered it arson. The affidavit says Brown, who had an interest in a construction company, became involved in repair estimates. As a dispute grew over insurance money and paperwork Beverly refused to sign.
Sound like he tried to set that house on fire 2 times.
3 days before her death, Beverly's mother told police Brown came to the apartment and argued with her. For decades, blood preserved on Beverly's nightgown belonged to an unidentified man, until this year, when investigators recovered 2 discarded soda bottles from Brown's trash, where he'd been living since the crime in Colorado. When tested, the DNA was a match. According to detectives, this clearly indicates that Larry Brown's blood was found on the victim's nightgown. Brown, now 80, was arrested at the beginning of June in Colorado and charged with murder. He has been extradited back to Texas and booked into the Tarrant County Jail.
There you go, 80 years old, and it's a wrap for you, buddy. He definitely gonna get the rest of his life in there. That's what I'm saying, boy. They caught up with him. Took him a long time to get him, but they got him. Get him! Got him. Let's go, you guys, let's go. We got a situation to report to you right now from Philadelphia. But first, before we get into that, let's go ahead and give the family a prayer. Let's give the sister a prayer. And let's say the sister, the one that lost her life, you guys know it. I'm reading exactly what you said in the comments. She can finally what? What did you guys say? She can finally rest in peace, you guys. Finally rest in peace, and her family knows what's going on, and we can finally lay her to rest, and the family knows, and he can finally get what he's owed the rest of his life, hopefully in prison. Amen. Let's get in this. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Philadelphia because we got this Eagles star. You know who Saquon Barkley is? These guys really love breaking into people's homes. Sad part about it is sometimes they wait for you to go in a game. They know when you're playing, so they go rob your house. But guess what? What happens when you're home and they try to do it? Come on, you guys, let's get on over to Pennsylvania. He was home with his family when they tried to rob his house.
Police are searching for suspects after a home invasion at the home of Philadelphia Eagles star Saquon Barkley. Now, this is just the latest break-in involving high-profile athletes in recent years. But this time, police say the NFL star was home with his family. This is very frightening. Tom Hansen has the details.
Yeah, because they follow the roster. They follow the games that you're going to be playing. Oh, they're not going to be in town this time, so let's go try to hit his crib. That's why you guys got to be very careful when it comes down to anything, when it comes down to traveling. People pay attention to your schedule. They know if you're going to be out of town, and they will get you.
Philadelphia Eagles star running back Saquon Barkley was the target of a home invasion over the weekend. Police say they responded to a reported burglary at his home around 5 a.m. Saturday morning.
It's always somebody close to you, trust me, or they tell somebody else your schedule. That's what they do, Jack. It happened to me a couple of times.
He was inside with his family at the time. When police arrived, the suspects were already gone. Police say at least one of them entered the home in Chester County, Pennsylvania.
They were unsettled, as anyone would be. That kind of situation is something that stays with anybody for a long time.
Thankfully, he and his family were unharmed. Now, police are searching for at least 2 suspects and are asking for help identifying this SUV, which they believe may be connected to the case. It's unclear if anything was stolen.
Now, my question to you guys is, because I'm glad somebody said come on over to the UK. You must have known that we had some content for you. So yeah, we will come over to the UK, but I got a question. I got a question for you guys right now. I want to know if you were offered, I'm going to make it real nice. I'm going to make it real hefty. $3,000 a week. $3,000 a week. You ready for what your position is? Are you ready for your job position? You drive a truck, and not just any regular truck. This truck basically carries money from different banks to different places. A Brinks truck. Would you drive something like a Brinks truck for $3,000 a week? I said a week. I'm trying to make it nice and hefty for you guys. Didn't say a month. I said a week. Imagine getting that. Woo, woo, boy, oh boy. $12,000 every month for driving a Brinks truck? How many people? Let me ask you. Thumbs up if you would do it for the $12,000. Thumbs down if it's not the type of job that you'd like. You're getting $3,000 a week for driving a Brinks truck. Thumbs up if you do it. And thumbs down if you won't do it, if you don't think it's worth it. I said $3 grand. That is $12,000 a month. I'm not talking about starting off and quitting. I'm talking about sticking with the job. I know they don't pay that. I know that they don't, but I'm saying it. What if I was willing to have a company that's willing to pay you guys $3,000 a week? Somebody said, nope. We got a lot of people that says, yeah. Somebody says, no, I love living. How many Brinks movies gone bad? Lucky if you get $18 an hour. You're right about that, but that's why I'm saying $3,000. I'm making it nice and, oh, Liberty, you doing it too? They have them everywhere. No, it's no guns not legal in the UK. If I wasn't, if it was, I'd pay. If it was that pay, yes. Depends on the area. To protect someone's money, need more. Undecided. We got go to bed armed. go to Thumbs up, Jack Welsh. Depends on the rules and engagement for robberies. Yeah, it depends. Nope, the fingers, my fingers might get sticky. I would do it, but I'd be strapped up. I'm wearing bulletproof vests. Hell yeah, as long as I can carry. I know that they don't pay that good. They pay 18 bucks an hour. Let's say this company is talking about $3,000 a week. All right, y'all, let's go. I want you guys to see this. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that it's the safest job in the world. I never said it's the safest job in the world, especially when it gets a little thick and you start taking on unfire. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it. We got a situation over here where we got dash cam footage of a crash that happened in of a van crew. This is a van crew right here. And basically what's going on is, this is from a CIT. They tried to rob them. Let me try to find out where they at real quick and see what's going on with this. They never tell you where they're at. That's why I kind of assumed that it was the UK. But I still do think it's the UK. So let's check this out right here, you guys. Let's see what's going on with this. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. We're riding along. We're having a good day. Nothing going on, just chilling, right? Keep on paying attention to the driver as he moseys down the road. Pretty good driver, looking around, right? Looking around, right? Pretty good job for $3,000 a week, right? If that was the pay, right? So remember, you pick who you are, and you're getting $3,000 a week for this job, okay? $3,000. Let's go right here.
Copy that.
It ain't over. Now they're trying to flip them over and push them off the road. Homeboy, why you handing me that? You need to be popping off and doing something. I'm driving. Okay, now back to you guys who said that you would take the $3,000 a week. How many of you guys still feel the same about the $3,000 a week for this position right here that's available? That's available. $3,000 per week. Let me get the thumbs up again, you guys, if you guys would like to take this position, if this is something that you guys would be interested in doing. I may be able to tell you where to send your resume to. Let me know. If not, let's get a thumbs down. You can explain why not. You probably changed your mind. We totally understand over here at Our Bottom Line. But again, it's $3,000 every single week, coming up to $12,000 a month. You still gonna do it, Ace? Lunchbox says yes. We got Brad Pitbull says 3K sounds fun. Okay, Jelena, hell no. Who else we got over here now? Michelle, thumbs down. Bulletproof undies needed, thumbs up. Thumbs up still for you guys. You got a lot of thumbs up. For the adventure, call for help. Thumbs up and down. Who that Liberty up there don't know what she want to do now? First she wanted the job, now she don't know. I still will, but do I get paid every day? And I'll pray every day. Yep, I'm still in. Champion Sam, you in? Miss Keisha, you still in? Fam gets fat life insurance check. Second question. I'd attempt 2 clips. Wait a minute. No, hell no, says G Real. He said, I'm out of there. I'd be hanging out the window, returning fire. There you go, Lan Yen. Lan Yen, thumbs up. And you in a wheelchair. Oh my God, not sure now. Nah, too old, thumbs down. Fun times. Nope, let's go.
Turning off.
I gotta give him props for being a good driver, and he don't know. I don't know if that window don't roll down. He probably trying to keep them safe because it's BP, but he should have been doing something through that side hole or something with that white truck coming up. He thorough with his. Watch. Your boy thorough with his. He like, yo, give me that gat. You ain't doing nothing with it. Because they still on him. They still hitting him. They still hitting him. They hit his side now.
Fucking shooting. The net was. The net.
He's stuck. He's stuck. He's scared to get out and scared to engage. You see it. Crazy situation right there. So yeah, wanted to know if you guys would be interested, because I can tell you guys, all you got to do is email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I will help you get your application sent over. Man, don't email me about that crap. I have no idea where to send your resume to. And you guys are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you're still okay with doing a type of job like that. Sam Champion, man, you better go get your head examined, boy. You crazy. But you know I love you, bro. I'm just playing with you. Sam said, shit, I still do it. Sam don't care. $3,000 a week, I'm still in it to win it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You know, sometimes I like to bring you guys stuff that nobody else sees, because that's our bottom line, and that's what we do over here. So again, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. Come on, because we got it for you right on over here. Come on, let's go, let's go. Trying to get you guys 6 of the Our Bottom Line keychains and 6 of the Our Bottom Line decals. Come on, you guys, let's go. Let's get up to 300 likes. I mean, we already deserved it. Also, give me all the money in your pockets. Give it to me right now. Super chat me $1,000. That's right, you guys. Nah, you don't got to really do that. All you got to do is really pick up your phone and let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. And if you're really feeling nice, trying to look out, go ahead and send your boy a nice little cash app over. $ BOOGOTTINYC. You know how to spell it. We got a lot more to pass. Let's go. Let's keep on going. Let's get on over to, where's that at? Oh, wait, midair. Midair situation now. That's right. Remember that passenger that was partially sucked out of the broken plane window when a part of the motor came off and broke the window? We got more follow-up information on this gentleman, and we're going to bring you guys on what's going on right now, as well as follow-up from the airline trying to make excuses, talking about nothing really bad happened. What? Trying to really play this down. Check this out.
Now to an update on that story.
Oh, yeah? It's unavailable? Well, let's try to spin it out one more time and see what's going on with that. Okay, so now we're going to have to look for it. Boo. It happens sometimes, you guys. Sometimes they take it down themselves. So we got to go ahead and follow up on it ourselves. Sometimes they take it down. They take it down themselves. We can't judge it. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to show them that. All this stuff says 12 days ago. Oh, man. So I guess I can't show you guys that. Passenger window brakes mid-air. Nope. I don't know why they don't want to show it. Maybe the airline maybe the airline did a pushback on them. They don't want to show that one there, you guys. I will get the follow-up on it. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward. But basically what the gentleman was saying, it was showing him and everything. He had marks up under his arm and talking about suing the airline. That's probably why they took it down. Ain't my fault. Let's get on over to Philadelphia, Bucks County. We got a sheriff, Ryan Gaffney, the deputy, who's accused of taking photos of naked prisoners and sharing them with other people. Don't he understand that that's still a crime? You can't do stuff like that. Taking photos of naked prisoners. I know we probably still got this video available. Let's go. Let's see what's going on over here.
Good afternoon. Today we are announcing criminal charges against a Bucks County deputy sheriff who abused his power to humiliate and ridicule prisoners in his custody. Following an investigation launched by our Bucks County detectives after receiving a referral from the Bucks County Sheriff's Office, our investigation found that Ryan Gaffney while on duty as a deputy sheriff, utilized his personal cell phone to photograph naked prisoners on at least 2 separate occasions, and send those photos around for kicks, and then lied about his criminal conduct in an attempt to cover it up. This morning, Mr. Gaffney, who was terminated by the sheriff's office last month, was charged with 2 counts of official oppression.
He need to be sued too by everybody he did that to.
1 count of unsworn falsification to authorities, 1 count of obstructing the administration of law or other government function, and 1 count of possession of an instrument of crime. Our investigation found the criminal complaint alleges that on January 30th of this year, Deputy Sheriff Gaffney and 4 other uniformed deputies were executing a search warrant at the home of an adult male in Middletown Township. Now, this was a man who was suffering a mental health crisis. He was upstairs in his bedroom, and he was naked from the waist down. And while this man was sitting on a bench at the end of his bed, just trying to put his pants on, Deputy Sheriff Gaffney removed his right glove, pulled out his personal cell phone, opened up the camera app, and pointed the lens right at the man, taking a picture of him with his genitals exposed. Now, although Mr. Gaffney covered his own body-worn camera with his hand to cover up his criminal conduct, the body cameras of other deputies who were present caught the footage. Later that day, in this building at the Bucks County Criminal Justice Center, Mr. Gaffney showed that photograph of this man's genitals to female employees in the office in jest, according to the criminal complaint, and our forensic analysis shows that he then sent that image to personal contacts in his phone. Our county detectives discovered that this wasn't the first time Mr. Gaffney had done this. Our forensic examination uncovered a second image on his phone, this one from 2024, specifically December 26, 2024, again, showing a naked man. This was a handcuffed naked male prisoner who was lying across the bed. Mr. Gaffney sent this image around to not 1, not 2, not 4, not 6, but 12 personal contacts of his over 4 separate dates. On April 6, 2026, during a voluntary administrative interview with Sheriff Danny Seisler and his investigators, with his lawyer present, Mr. Gaffney made false statements, verbally, before then signing a written statement. All of these statements falsely denied that he had used his personal cell phone to create and distribute the January 30th image, as alleged in our complaint. Now, as the investigation continued, Mr. Gaffney, through his legal counsel, provided screenshots of his active and deleted photo libraries in an attempt to mislead our investigation and mislead investigators into believing that this January 30th image was not stored on his phone. But it was. A court ordered forensic search of Mr. Gaffney's iPhone on April 23rd, 2026, successfully recovered the image of the January 30 victim. The digital metadata on that recovered file directly matched the timestamp and physical positioning captured by the other deputies' body-worn cameras.
Boom, got him out of there. Good, that's what they need to do. Can't be embarrassing people like that, violating people when it comes down to their own personal space. Most of these people probably were medically sick or something like that. He said the man was sitting on the end of the bed trying to put his pants on. Probably was an old elderly man. You want to make fun of him? Good, I hope he's sued too. Need to sue you for that crap. That's right, you guys. People who do stuff like that, they need to be held accountable. Let's keep on moving forward. Nobody would want their elderly grandparent or somebody like that being taken pictures of, and he seems like some kind of freak. Could be something else going on over there. You guys, I need you to be careful. It's warm outside. We got a lot of stuff going on with our world. We got a lot of stuff going on with our ecological system. We got a lot of stuff going on with the waters, air, everywhere. I'm not putting it past nobody, nothing right now. We already see stuff going on with fire, situations with flooding going on, so I'm not putting it past this right here. And if you can look close enough, you already see what's going on. That is a 10-foot shark. And those are kids out there just playing in the water. All they're doing is being innocent, and they're at the beach. And they have no idea that 10-foot shark is literally feet away from them. Check this situation out. A 10-foot great white shark stalks swimmers off of Southern California's beach, swimming feet away from children. Check this out, you guys, look.
This morning, a terrifying close encounter between a great white shark and some unsuspecting children swimming off the coast of Southern California. Watch as drone video shows that 10-foot shark wading extremely close to multiple young swimmers who seem completely unaware that the predator is just feet away. One of them even waves at the drone as the shark draws closer.
I don't normally get really excited or really nervous because I've seen it play over and over, but when it involves young adults, kids, I do get nervous, and this shark was a lot bigger than those kids.
Carlos Gana documents shark behavior, and he was controlling that drone from more than a mile away.
This shark has a tendency to get close to people, but on this day, it really made me nervous. My heart was pounding.
And this is just one of several recent shark sightings along the California coast. Last month, this chilling video of a shark following behind a surfer near Santa Cruz. In Santa Monica, a shark approaching a pair of paddle boarders.
I saw all of that was flash. That was a scary moment. As soon as I saw the shark, I just started telling Kayla, like, I'm not going to tell you what I saw, just go back to shore. It felt like it was 2 feet away from me, and it felt like we stared at each other for a second.
And earlier this year,
they're looking for that leg to come down in the water dangling like this, or you to put your hand down and stroke, and they're going, ah.
This Northern California surfer was the victim of a shark bite.
I just started kind of pushing it and batting it on the nose, trying to free myself from it. And then eventually it let go.
Sharks are popping up in the east too. Some New York and New Jersey beaches have been closing during sightings. This hammerhead spotted off Long Island, and a massive 14-foot great white off the coast of North Carolina.
Warming water pushes bait closer to shore, and that bait then brings sharks closer to shore where people are. And it may be possible that people are encountering the sharks more often than they normally would. That doesn't necessarily mean there's greater risk of being bitten.
It doesn't necessarily mean there's greater risk of being bitten. So you go out there and swim around and see what the risk is.
Now, the drone operator in this most recent encounter said that shark had what appeared to be an injury from a boat collision that could be contributing to its behavior while it was swimming defensively. Thankfully, it did turn away into the water and left the kids alone, but crazy, especially when they had no idea.
Yeah, I say we start hunting sharks some more, and let me start looking into the vitamins and the nutrients of the benefits. How about that? I know salmon is a good fish, right? But how is shark meat when it comes down to the omega-3s? How about we go start hunting them again? That'd be some good meat. I might even start eating fish again. That's right, you guys, eating meat again. Because I used to love myself some fish. Shark meat, never had that before, but I heard about it. I've heard about shark cartilage. Anybody hear about that before? We need to go ahead and start harpooning them again. Get a nice big shark and chop him down. How much a shark costs by the pound, you guys? Shark is greater risk than, one shark is greater risk than 0 sharks. What else you got? 4 feet wide, 1 feet deep. That's plenty of water for me. Yes, Boogotti, shark fin soup. Okay, shark fin soup. What's up, Mark Finley? Heard about that? Yeah, told you guys, don't go away. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I hope you guys appreciate the show. This is Our Bottom Line. We do it every single day. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done already subscribed, and hit that like button. We're trying to get you guys some free merch today. I'm doing this for you, not me. Trying to get you guys out 6 Our Bottom Line keychains with that logo on it. You guys see it right there, right? We're trying to send out 6 of those. Also 6 of the Our Bottom Line decals. All you guys got to do is get those likes up to 300. Gets many more people over here to see the show, and it gets more education and more people. More people and more fans and more friends. Not only that, but if you have not subscribed, we're trying to get those subscribers up 74,000. And if you're trying to get merch, all you really got to do is send me, that's right, you guys, send me an email at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'll get that merch out to you. And if you want to send in anything for the health and wellness section, we're good for that too, because that's where we're at right now. The health and wellness section. John. You ever try to hold your breath and see if you could probably hold your breath until you expire? I know it sounds pretty crazy, but sometimes people get bored. Have you ever held your breath for a long amount of time to see how long you can hold your breath? Have you ever tried to hold your breath and look at your watch? Be honest with you, I can do that for a pretty long time. Not like a deep sea diver or somebody like a naval scuba diver who's trained for it, but many people are pretty good when it comes down to holding their breath. It also determines how strong your lungs are too. The reason I'm bringing that up is because it's part of what we have going on today in the health and wellness section. Why can't you smother yourself? Why can't you take yourself out? Because the human body just won't allow you to. But if you ever had a situation where you were unconscious and you had the problem where you weren't able to have a breathing anymore, your body actually kicks in automatically. Did you know that? Your body tries to kick itself in before the defibrillator comes. It tries to start your breathing again. If it can't do that, it will supply the air that is in your body to vital areas like the brain and the heart for as long as it possibly can. Let's get into it, you guys, because we need to know what really happens when you hold your breath. Body survival sequence. It's the health and wellness section, you guys. Let's see what's going on with that. Not only the holding your own breath part, but the part about your body trying to rejuvenate you. I think that's very informative as well. Let's check this out.
What happens when you hold your breath? Your body doesn't simply pause. Within seconds, it begins an escalating survival response designed to protect you. The moment you stop breathing, oxygen levels begin to slowly fall. But surprisingly, that isn't what creates the overwhelming urge to breathe first. The real trigger is carbon dioxide building up in your blood. Rising CO2 is what your brain detects as the urgent signal telling you it's specialized chemoreceptors in your brainstem and major arteries constantly monitor carbon dioxide level. As CO2 rises, they send increasingly urgent signals to your respiratory center. This is why the burning urge to breathe arrives long before you actually run out of oxygen.
That's the CO2 building up. Even when you're holding yourself, you start feeling that burn. That's what that is. Now, if you're unconscious, you can't feel that and you're just not responding. Let's get into the other part of this.
Your body is responding mainly through rising carbon dioxide, not falling oxygen. As carbon dioxide continues to rise, your diaphragm begins involuntary contractions, small spasms as your brainstem tries to restart breathing, even while you're consciously resisting.
Your brain stems are trying to get you going again, to start breathing again. You heard that, right?
Meanwhile, your heart rate begins to slow as part of the mammalian diving response, an ancient survival reflex that helps conserve oxygen for your most vital organs. At the same time, your body redirects blood flow away from less essential tissues and prioritizes delivery to your heart and brain.
That's why if you ever have a problem where you're being like, let's say, when you do get unconscious and you're having a problem breathing, they say you have kidney failure in certain areas after, or you have certain damage to certain arteries because of it not having oxygen or for it not having blood flow for a certain amount of time. Let's keep going.
Helping preserve oxygen for the organs that need it most. Your spleen even contracts slightly, releasing a small reserve of oxygen-carrying red blood cells into your bloodstream, a remarkable biological backup system that can modestly increase your oxygen-carrying capacity.
Yes, the human body is phenomenal. If we really learn our bodies and respect our bodies and understand them, your body talks to you. You just got to pay attention to what it's saying.
Eventually, if carbon dioxide rises high enough, your brainstem overrides conscious control and forces you to breathe.
Your brain forces you to breathe, overrides that little stupid idea that you have, like, I'm gonna hold my breath. After a while, your body like, get out of here with that, and it's gonna force you to breathe. But if you're unconscious, it's different.
That's why healthy people cannot simply hold their breath until they die. Trained freedivers can hold their breath much longer through practice, largely by increasing their tolerance to rising carbon dioxide, and improving not because their bodies need less oxygen. Follow body protocols. Holding your breath isn't stillness. It's your body running a precise second-by-second rescue sequence, constantly working to protect your brain, your heart, and ultimately, your life.
I'm not going to tell you guys I didn't get better at breathing by holding my breath and by practicing, because sometimes you can do that. Like you hold your breath because you want to see how long you can go. It's not always good for you, but it's actually good practice. But if you're ever thinking about diving, if you're ever thinking about swimming for long periods of time, maybe really good to it helps you get your lungs strong too by just holding your breath and respiratory exercises as well. many respiratory exercises out there, many of them. This will be inside of our health and wellness section today, you guys. It will be there. But also, it's not over because we got much more to get into this morning with the health and wellness section. Now, I want to share with you why I stopped eating 3 hours before bed. And it's the truth, I actually have. Why? Because your body needs time to break down whatever you've already eaten for dinner. Your body also needs time to build up for rest. That's why they tell you don't eat before you go to bed, and drinking coffee and things like that are not good. Why? Because you won't get the deep sleep that you need. Why is deep sleep needed? Why am I able to move my wrist so much better now? My thumb and everything so much better now, and my body much better now. Why? Partially the garlic water, the way I'm taking care of myself with good exercise, watching my diet, as well as what? I'm actually working out, flexing and using my body, watching out for inflammation and making sure that I don't eat things that promote inflammation. You got to look out for yourselves and you got to pay attention because your body will talk to you. Trust me, you guys, it will. Now, why also don't I eat before I go to bed? Because my body's going to be breaking down this food. I might have gas or something like that, and that's going to disturb the deep sleep. Deep sleep is good for healing. That's when you have, like, if you're sick, they always say to go to sleep, you need bed rest, because when you sleep, your body gets a chance to heal. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, we're going to get into deep sleep right now and not eating before bed. At least 3 hours, you guys. You're going to understand why right now from the doctor, one of our favorites, Dr. Eric Berg. Let's break it down, Doc, and let them know what you're talking about when it comes down to why he stopped eating 3 hours before bed. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's partially that when they say, oh, don't eat before you go to sleep. It's partially that, but it's much more. Let's get into it right now. Why I stopped eating 3 hours before bed. It's not what you think, by one of our favorites, Dr. Eric Berg. Why don't you do it, Doc? Let him know right now.
I want to share with you why I stopped eating 3 hours before bed, and it's not the reason why you might think. Every single time you go to sleep at night, the first 90 minutes after you fall asleep, your body fires off the single biggest hormonal event of the entire day. And a snack before bed can shut down that event by 78%.
A snack before bed will shut down that event by 78%. So it's really shutting down what you're going to sleep for, the rest that you need, as well as the repair that you need.
And so we're really talking about a hormone called growth hormone. Growth hormone mostly spikes in that first 90 minutes in the deep delta wave sleep. So in your brain, you have this little gland called the pituitary that actually releases this growth hormone. It actually has everything to do with when you go to sleep. So if you go to sleep at midnight, now we're talking 90 minutes after that period of time.
So you got 3 o'clock in the morning before you're in a deep sleep where that melatonin and everything can start being produced, and that's actually coming out, the growth hormones, that's when it's coming out to do all of that repair work. It's repairing.
And this is why the old advice of don't eat after 8 p.m. or don't eat after 6 p.m., that's wrong, because the clock isn't the trigger, it's the sleep that's the trigger. I go to bed at 10 o'clock. My wife goes to bed at 9 o'clock. So what I'm going to talk about really has to do with when you go to bed. And so it's really important not to eat anything sugary 3 hours before that period of time. I am the poster child for snacking late at night. In fact, after dinner, I would eat constantly right after I was done until I went to bed, every single night. In fact, I used to work at a theater, and I would come home at night with a garbage bag filled with salty popcorn for my father and I to consume. And when I mention sugar, really I'm talking about the hormone that sugar activates, because it boils down to this one hormone, which I talk about in a lot of videos, insulin.
That's why we wind up being insulin deficient, especially if you've been eating so much sugar over your lifetime. When you thought it was a joke to be like, yo, let me get a coffee with 4 sugars, half and half, and the coffee's like about this big, maybe 6 ounces, got about that much sugar in it, and you've been doing that for years, guess what? You start to break down, your sugar receptors break down, and the insulin does not produce the way that it should, because we've been abusing it. We need so much more sugar in our bodies, in order to actually get enjoyment. We covered that yesterday. That's another reason why, is because the meal that you're having is not wholesome, it doesn't have enough fiber in it, and you're still hungry. Let's keep going.
Insulin is the hormone that severely stresses and suppresses growth hormone. Growth hormone is the hormone that causes you to burn fat, but not just burn fat, also build muscle. It also helps you repair skin and collagen,
So when you work out and you go to sleep, that's what that growth hormone is doing. It's repairing those muscles. It's helping your skin. You know how you feel better? You look better in the morning because you had a nice good nap or sleep. Your beauty rest. It all means something. Get some rest, you guys. Trust me. Let's go. And be careful. Don't eat stuff that's gonna disturb your deep sleep. Why we're talking about deep sleep right now? Because that's what activates the melatonin. Let's go.
Actually makes up all your connective tissue. Also, growth hormone helps bone growth. And growth hormone is intimately involved in recovery, especially after exercise. So growth hormone is not just about burning fat, it's one of the many things that can help you do it. At night, when we're sleeping, is when we do most of the building and repair of the body, okay? In fact, when you exercise today, you're basically breaking down muscles, you're adding more stress. All of the benefit from that workout is going to occur at night. If you're sleeping, if you don't have too much of an insulin spike, if you want the best beauty sleep, you want to avoid anything that suppresses growth hormone, aka insulin. The other interesting thing about growth hormone is it goes into your immune system as well as your neurons. In fact,
so growth hormones going into your immune system, and it strengthens your immune system, right? Growth hormone in the immune system, you get where we're going here? It helps strengthen the immune system. Get some rest so that you can get some more of that growth hormone. And it goes into the brain too, watch. Helps with those neuropaths.
If someone has brain damage, growth hormone is there to help build up gray matter. Now, I know some of you are sitting there going, wow, I'm depressed because I normally snack at night, and that means I can't ever eat after a dinner. Well, what the research really shows is it really has to do with insulin, okay? I'm not saying you can't eat anything, but anything that triggers insulin is going to blunt growth hormone, okay?
If it triggers insulin, it's gonna blunt, and it's gonna knock you back from getting that full deep sleep to get that growth hormone that you need. You need that sleep, you guys, and you need to get a certain type of sleep, the deep sleep. Certain foods can interfere with it. Coffee and things like that won't let you get that deep sleep.
There are foods that don't trigger insulin. Protein doesn't trigger insulin that much. Vegetables don't too much. In fact, most of the insulin occurs when you're consuming sugary meals and starches. Now, if we're talking about growth hormone, we also have to talk about deep sleep. We need deep sleep to help us wake up feeling refreshed. If you're not getting the deep sleep, you're going to wake up feeling kind of groggy. It'll start affecting your cognitive function. You'll start craving the wrong food.
How many people wake up feeling sleepy, still tired, groggy? How many people feel like that? Probably because you ate something right before you went to bed, or you didn't give yourself enough time to break down that food, that 3-hour window. So you're not getting that deep sleep.
So just getting deep sleep is very vital, but insulin can affect the deep delta wave sleep. If your environment is off, everything else struggles. It's like a fish tank. Pollute the water and the fish get sick. You could feed them the best food, you can treat every single symptom, but if the water stays toxic, nothing recovers.
Makes a bunch of sense. You can try to take care of the fish, but if the water ain't no good, they're gonna stay being sick. You can't have fish in polluted water. Make the water clean, the environment is clean, now all of the organs are gonna be clean. You get what he's trying to say? All of the fish will leave clean. And yes, it's okay to go to bed right after work, 6 o'clock, sometimes like that, because you really get that deep sleep. You wake up the next morning like, woo, I needed that. That's all that catch-up sleep that you needed. Yeah, do that.
The body runs on 10 signals like insulin, cortisol, inflammation, sleep quality, gut function. Every one of them affects how you feel. But there is always one signal that is more broken than the rest. And until you fix that one, everything else stays stuck. I built a free 2-minute quiz that finds it for you. It tells you which one of the main signals is holding your body back right now. Click the link in the description, take the quiz, and stop guessing. Now, on the flip side, if you do a day of fasting for like 24 hours, guess what happens to growth hormone when you go to sleep at night?
Doubles.
It has the potential to go up 5x. That's right. You can really spike insulin just by doing fasting. Now, are there other ways?
So fasting actually helps to create insulin, and insulin is what people need when it comes down to not diabetics and stuff like that. People that are diabetics or pre-diabetic, or if you're trying to stay away from diabetes, or if you're just trying to build up your insulin, it's just actually good for you, for your metabolism. It's good for your fat. It's just good. Like I tell you guys, Miss Swanza does intermittent fasting.
Is that we can also enhance growth hormone? Yes. High intensity interval training. When you lift weights or you work out, where you're activating your muscles, the higher the intensity, the more the growth hormones.
So if you're doing like really hard, intense, like real hard, fast running, jumping, anything that has your real cardio going really high, you get more growth hormone when you sleep.
Spike, and this is why probably out of all the exercises, the explosive sprinting or plyometric type exercises are best for growth hormone. We've already talked about low insulin keeping growth hormone working normally, but also prolonged fasting. If you fasted for 5 days, you actually double the pulse frequency of this one spike. So you get 2 spikes by doing a 5-day fast. There's another little piece of the puzzle. It's called melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that's activated by darkness that helps you go to sleep. But that hormone doesn't just tell you to go to sleep. It also helps the pancreas release less insulin. And so melatonin is also involved with insulin. So if you're eating late, that insulin is also going to affect your melatonin. So you may find it's hard to go to sleep if you're eating this sugary meal.
You notice that, anybody? Hard to go to sleep? You have problems sleeping? Maybe you've got insomnia? What time are you eating? Could be effect of it.
Don't worry, it gets worse. No, it doesn't get worse. It's going to get better. I need to mention how common snacking is, okay? It's not just you that might love to snack. 60% of adults.
There you go, Jack. You make sense. People who live on the street don't get sick very often because they don't eat very often. Also, you know who else don't get sick that much, believe it or not? Crackheads. That's right. Crackhead might eat 1 sandwich or 2 eggs every single day. He ain't got to worry about no weight loss or nothing. Now, he might die from the drugs before anything else. But as far as weight loss and all that extra stuff, they ain't even think about that. They eat 1 time a day because all they focused on is Hunter. I can feel it. Getting high. That's all they care about it. Biting. Let's keep on going, you guys.
Adults snack at 8 p.m. 44% of people actually are eating in bed, okay, at night.
Now, you know you're wrong for that. Eating in bed at night, now that we know this, you know you're wrong. You ain't going to never be able to catch up to get a deep sleep.
In front of the TV. 58% of people between the ages of 18 and 24 snack on a regular basis. Harvard did a study that said people are hardwired to get hungry at 8 p.m.
Add rains.
However, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about it. This is what I recommend. Let's say you're done eating at 7 o'clock. I would highly suggest you get a little sign with magnets and you put it on your refrigerator. The kitchen is closed. A lot of people, when they're craving salty, crunchy, really just need more salt. And in the past, I tended not to consume a lot of salt in the mid part of the day. I want it towards the end of the day. So I would preload your body with more salt. An average person needs almost a teaspoon of salt a day, of sea salt. And I would start putting that on the first meal of the day and also mix it in with...
Because this way you're not going to feel like you're lacking it or you need it at the end of the day. Because a lot of times it's the sodium. Sodium actually helps you go to sleep, and it helps you get to that level of sleep in order to get that melatonin cracking. So yes, watch your sodium levels and eat like some stuff in the daytime so that you're not craving all of that sodium and stuff at night before you go to bed.
Your electrolyte powder, if you're going to do that as well, in the early part of the day so you can preload that sodium. If you are low in sodium, you're going to crave salty snack foods. If you try to go to bed with low sodium, you will have more of a difficult time going to sleep because sodium helps reduce cortisol that helps you drift off into a better sleep. In fact, if you are a salt craver, just try this. Instead of eating something salty and crunchy, just consume a little salt with a little bit of water in the evening before you go to bed, or even just put it in your mouth and drink a little water. My body sleeps so much better with salt than going to bed when I'm craving salt. And if there's any consideration about blood pressure, what that's all about is you're also low in potassium. So you can get a high potassium electrolyte powder, increase that during the day, not before bed because it's going to push out fluid, and then maybe add some sea salt more at night. And
Electrolytes, add a little bit of sea salt in the water in the morning, boom, you're covered.
Probably should have brought this up before, but if you were in the bad habit of consuming a lot of sugar, you probably have fluid retention. So
I was doing that, even me, you guys, up to a couple of months ago. Fluid, a lot of fluid around. You know why? Eating stuff I wasn't supposed to, didn't really know about the bread that I was eating before, all that extra sugar in it, all of the water in it, all of the enriched flour. Started getting rid of that stuff. I don't feel any of the excess water at all. And how is it gonna get out of you? It's gonna get out you through your urine. Let's keep on going, you guys, let's go.
When you start cutting out the sugary meal, you may find that you need to pee more. That's going to be normal until you get rid of all this excess fluid, because carbs retain sodium and fluid. So in summary, whatever time you go to bed, let's say it's 10 o'clock, just deduct 3 hours from that. That'll be your last meal. That's when the kitchen closes. That's when you don't want to have any snacks. And that last meal is different for everyone depending on when they go to sleep. But really make sure that last meal is nutrient dense, that you have enough salt.
The reason why is because you want to be fully satiated, fully satisfied. You want to be full so that you're not craving later on. Make it a real dinner, you guys. Make sure that so you don't have to snack later. That's the reason why we mostly really snack. And you guys stop being these one-hit wonders. I broke up with a girl for that before. I used to call her Side Sally. Oh, you used to come in the house, you see some corn and some macaroni and cheese. Oh, where's the main course at? What's going on here? Or you just have a Salisbury steak or something. Homegirl, can you cook some other stuff in these pots over here? There's other eyes on this stove, especially when I cook. I got some rice going in the back. I got some peas over here. I got some meat over here. I got this. What's up with these side Sallies? They feeding you all of this side canned stuff that they can just bust down. Even worse than that, you got all these other chicks. I mean, I'm going there. Oh yeah, all you other ladies that's giving the man warmed up French fries, chicken nuggets, and no, nobody want that. Not no real man. Bust some potatoes. Peel them back. We want to see some real stuff going on in the refrigerator now. Don't be feeding nobody no all-righter chips that you've been working all day. You come home from work looking like somebody done giving you a snack for a 4-year-old. No, thank you. We want some stuff to stick to our ribs. And if it's potatoes, don't give us no bagged potatoes. We don't want that. Peel them joints back and bust them down. We want to see some mash going on here. I like real mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes with a little bit of curry. Stir fry that, mash it all the way down. Then you put a little bit of that garlic sauce in there with a little bit of butter. Oh my God, now you're talking for real, for real. Trust me, nothing tastes better than some curry potatoes. Delicious. Trust me, you guys. And don't be out there having no side Sally situations going on. Got the nerve to be trying to give me some fish sticks. Where the rest of the food at? I'm hungry in 10 minutes. Make sure you're full. You see that meal that he was eating? That was a nice steak, had some veggies on the side. Now, we ain't gonna be able to eat steak all day, but make sure you're full and you're satisfied so that you don't need to snack later. Let's keep on getting them, Doc.
That you have enough fat in that meal so that you're not actually hungry at night, okay? So many people are not hungry. They're just eating out of boredom and stress, but make sure that last meal is sufficient with nutrients and fat and protein. I personally think out of everything you can possibly do as a good habit, this is the lowest hanging fruit. Maybe I shouldn't call it fruit, but this is the icing on the cake. No, I shouldn't call it icing on the cake. It's just something that's going to produce the most health benefits out of all the things you can do. And there are some really important details that you need to know about intermittent fasting to really do it right. And that's why I created this video right here. Check it out right now.
on
I want to share with you.
on intermittent fasting. We're gonna get into that real soon. So we're going in levels on our show. We're learning. We're understanding the reason why we need to be doing things, and we're making sense of a lot of the information that we're getting. Now we really understand why we really need a good deep sleep, and why we really need to protect our sleep. Because if it has to do with the recovery, it's going to take longer for you to recover. And I'm going to be a perfect example of it. Only getting 3 or 4 hours of sleep. My wrist is inflamed. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm still up working like crazy. Had to shut it down and do one of those 5 o'clockers. Like, you know what, it's 6 o'clock, but I'm going to sleep right now. Boom, then I got up. I'm like, whoa, I feel so much better. Did that for like 2 days in a row. Caught up to all of that sleep I was missing, man. You got to take care of yourself. Skin feeling better. Look at me. I've been working out and everything. So yeah, I stack the deck, boom, and then I go take my nap, and then I got to get right back up to make sure that we're up to date on content. But I'm not messing around with that rest anymore, because I realize how important it is from the actual feelings. I'm serious, you guys. Get yourself some rest. Get yourself some rest and take care of yourself when it comes down to the melatonin. Also, the growth hormones, they go right back into your brain. It creates the melatonin, comes out, turns right back in and goes right back into the brain to create that gray matter. Why wouldn't you want to do something like that? That's just like when it comes down to talking about the neural paths. If you work out, your body gets more stronger and you create more neural paths in your brain. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to do things like that to help yourself out? We do want to do it, and that's why we watch our show, and that's why we love the health and wellness section. And guess what? Both of these clips, I've been a little late so far, but I promise to get this in after the show. You will be able to go to check this out inside of our Discord. If you're a member of our Discord, you'll see all of our health and wellness videos. Go ahead and join the Our Bottom Line Discord. That's right, you guys. Let's keep going. This was why I stopped eating 3 hours before bed, and it's not what you think. Again, like I always tell you, I really hope that you guys got something out of this video, because the health and wellness section, something that I really think that is important for all of us. Let me know if you got something out of it, if you want to dive deeper into this category, and if you guys come up with information that you want to share on Our Bottom Line, all you got to do is send it in to us. Where you see a good video for health and wellness, send it. Yo, Boogotti, check this out. Send it to the Discord. How about that? This way I force you guys to be a part of the Discord. Or you can just email me, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. We like wide, real videos, not the little small ones. That's why I play that in the beginning, but then I always give you a real one. This way you guys can actually put it on the television or put it somewhere else just in case you want to check it out later. That's right, you guys, Our Bottom Line, and we never stop. Let's keep on moving forward, because one of my favorite animals is about to make a premiere right here. Happens to be a puppy, but I love him to death. You guys are going to see it right now. We got a skinny, pitty puppy. You're about to see his first tail wag, and it changed everything about him. He looks so sad. Look at his face, y'all. See his face? Wouldn't you like to see a face like that get turned up instead of looking sad like that? But he's probably been through a lot. Pedro's family had been giving him ibuprofen, which is definitely toxic to dogs. They thought that giving him ibuprofen would help.
Pedro's family had been giving him ibuprofen, which is definitely toxic to dogs. I think maybe they thought that it would help him in some way. The immediate thing was getting to our vet and emergency working on the blood transfusion. He just had these big, precious eyes that just were screaming, "Help me." He was very emaciated, very, very anemic.
It's gonna be okay, puppy. We'll take good care of you, okay?
The first 24 hours were pretty touch and go. The original person who had found him really pushed to get law enforcement to push the family into giving him up so that he could get help.
Oh, I dear tail wag.
After 24 hours, we were like, he's gonna make it.
Who's that? Hi.
It's that love part I always talk about. It's my favorite part.
You need me to get that for you? Let me get that for you. Oh, what a very nice boy.
Every single day he was getting better. Wagging his tail, chewing on bones, showing interest in toys, wanting love.
Oh, I splitting again.
Once he was at the point of his mange not being contagious anymore, that was great because we got to start promoting him for his forever home. He bounced back into shape in like a month and went on to his forever home. A miracle.
My favorite part. Stuff like this, look. Now it can just be a dog.
Who is her favorite person?
Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen to get those likes up. That's right, you guys. We love dogs, and we try to send you out of here the right way, showing you guys some love and some affection, because that's right, we love our animals. Dogs, cats, horses. I don't know about no snake, but yeah, just in case, we might try to save a snake or two. We're kind of like Ace Ventura when he came running out with that bat. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Still an animal, and we still love them all. And that's why we show nothing but respect over here. All of my dog lovers, all of my cat people out there. We got Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman. We got, I know Miss Swanza got a whole house full right now. She got a patrol, 3 dogs and a cat. That's right, and the cat run the house. I already know. And a cane corso too. So if you guys got animals, guess what? That's another thing that we have in common. We all of us love the animals over here. That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Got a whole bunch of merch over there as well. And you guys can look right up under me right now and grab some keychains, t-shirts, whatever you like to support the show. We appreciate it. And I do believe that these girls are setting something up. I don't think that I want to announce it, but I'm just going to leave it alone. If you want me to announce it, I'll tell everybody, because I might as well. So, you know, if you want me to say it at liberty, I'll tell everybody. If you don't want me to let everybody know, I won't. But I happen to see it inside of the Discord, and maybe these guys will want to be a part of it too. So, Liberty, is it okay to tell everybody what you guys have going on? Let me know if I can let everybody else know, because I'm the one that's not supposed to know. So let me know. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because you know what we got to do. We leave here the same way that we've arrived, and we make sure that we do what? We get those prayers in the air for every single co-host and family member that's here right now. You know why? You know why? Because we love you guys, and we love the fact that you come here to show love to us. And the Discord link is inside of the Discord link is inside of the comment section. I'm sorry, the description. The link is in the description right there. Hit that description. You're going to see the link. You can go right over to the Discord. And yes, they're setting up a thank you day, a good day of appreciation for Boogotti. It's called they're having appreciation day for me, for Boogotti. I saw them doing it. They couldn't do it around me because we're all together on a Discord. But the fact that they're doing that for me, I just got to tell you guys, I appreciate it so much. I don't know when they're setting it up, but if you guys are going to do a day of appreciation for me, I thank you guys for it. I appreciate it. It's letting me know that you guys appreciate me coming here constantly doing this for about 500 and something days. Yeah, we may have rough times when it comes down to YouTube and stuff like that, but you guys, I got to let you know, the only real reason I keep coming here is because of you. We do not make a lot of money doing this. We use everybody's clips. I do this every single day. I wake up in the morning. I want to do this with you guys. Then I go take care of my business. And I made sure that I've been doing this for almost 2 years straight right now. So as long as they don't do nothing too crazy, we're going to be here no matter what. We're here for the long haul. We want family. We want friends. We want real people. We're trying to build a community here. We're not here for the fly-by-night. There's a lot of people that lost and that left. We're not here for that. We're here for the long haul. So as long as I get to keep this channel and do what I got to do, which is what I prayed to God and said. When they struck us, I said, just give me the channel back and I'll work back from 1. And that's what he did. So I got to keep my word too. So what we're going to do right now is still keep those prayers up. And if I got to start all over again, I will. Because I'm going to keep on being the same person, giving you guys the same content and giving it to you straight from my heart. I want to pray for every single person that's here, for respect, for love, for happiness, for family, for unity, and for friendship. Appreciate every single one of you guys, and I hope that you go ahead and join the channel. Go ahead and become a member, because like I said, we're here for the long haul. We got real family members here, you guys. We don't play around. Join that Discord because we don't stop. Want to pray for Vincenta. Want to pray for Ad Rains, Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Angels Among Us and Tony Wright. Can't forget about Viewstar 404, Miss Swanza, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Can't forget about Liberty Colessive, CJ Kelly, Rebecca Lanyen, MOP 85. What's up? Angels Among Us, Jelena, Tony Wright, Mark Dorfman. What's up, my brother? Hey, Vincenta, always holding it down. Vincenta, always holding it down. Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, Batty Limb. Can't forget about Biggie for Life, Ad Rains, Rebecca, Rochelle, I see you, Rochella. Okay, 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. There you go. Colessive, Just Joy. Can't forget about Miss Swanza. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Casey Ramos. Can't forget about Sam Champion, Teddy, Terry. Okay, Colessive. Ain't gonna forget about you. Can't forget about Just Joy. Also want to show a big shout out to Mega Dub. That's right, Mega Dub as well. Rebecca Lanyen Bueno. Thank you so much for keeping us up on your health and what's going on with you. You are family and we care about you as well. One of our first people that got here. Big Girl for Life. Can't forget about 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, Vincenta, Amanda. Can't forget about Jolena Talborn, Liberty and Justice, Miss Swanza, and Boogotti NYC, chiming in from New York. That's right, you guys. Amen. And if you guys want to come here tomorrow, because you know what that means, right? Boom, boom. Just got paid. Boom, boom. Friday night. Boom, boom. Party hunting. Feeling right. Yeah, that's right, you guys. Friday, we're going to be right back here tomorrow for trending topics, current events, and much, much more. But before we get up out of here, I can't forget to keep telling you guys about the Show Your Talent Search. That's the talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you want to get lit, like Miss Swanza says, you got to drink Big Drip. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Going over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email in that email slot. Let us know what your email is, and we're going to keep you posted on where we're going to be at for the Show Your Talent search. 5 boroughs, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. You, one more person, will be able to compete and see who's going to win $250 at each one of these locations. Also, we'll be going live at every one of the locations with my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. And what are you going to win? $250. After we do all 5 boroughs plus one person from here, we're going to let you compete for the $1,000 super prize, you guys. That's it. Sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And if you want to get lit, you got to drink Big Drip. You guys want to be a part of this talent show? It's actually happening. We got the distributor now, and we're really putting it in play. Want to be a part of this talent show? And don't say, I'm not in New York. We can do it live on the show, too. I want to see your talent. And don't say, oh, I can't sing or dance. Talent is talent, baby. If you can draw, if you can do a backflip, if you can do a handstand, you might win. That's right. You want to be a part of it? Go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's 2 G's and 2 P's. You guys see it. 2 G's and 2 P's. Put that email address in that slot, and we're going to keep you updated on where we're going to be. That's right, you guys. That's it. That's all solo, single, no more, no less. What am I going to say? Can't wait to see you guys early in the morning. I got to go stack some trending topics. Got more current events to put together and see what's going on with tomorrow's health and wellness section. We got a lot of work to do, and I hope you guys are going to be right back here tomorrow because like I said, they can play around and do what they want to do, but we're going to stay on course and keep on pushing forward with Our Bottom Line, our show. For the people that don't understand what Our Bottom Line means, I haven't said it in a while. Our, that's the H, right? But the plus is in there for a reason. H+. That's H meaning the hour, and the OUR means it's our bottom line. It's not my bottom line. And I appreciate all of you guys for saying I love your show and I love you. I love what you got going on in your content. But understand, if you're here and if you're part of it, you're a co-host as well. I can't do it without you, you guys. We see how we work off each other, co-hosts as well as hosts. I need my family. I need my people. Can't do it without you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, y'all know what I'm going to say. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came to chill with me this Thursday, I appreciate you. So until 6 o'clock tomorrow, get 'em! Peace. See you in the morning and join the Our Bottom Line Discord.